This is Sean.
This is Kevin.
And this is a One Other Thing. And my friend, well, we're season 2, but this is episode 6 already.
I can't keep track of those things.
6 of them. And folks, welcome back. There, I looked at the camera. I got that out of my system. I hope everybody liked it. But, if you're a first-time listener, welcome. We're definitely a work in progress, but we're getting better. And if you are, been with us the whole ride, welcome back.
Yes,
I love having you back. And, again, we've been really having a good time with this show. It's just life has, been getting in the way, so it's becoming harder. But, I just wanted to kind of address to everybody that, our show lengths are fairly random.
Yeah.
And, I think we'd always been shooting for roughly an hour, but sometimes it goes double that, sometimes more than that.
I would say most of our first season were just kept growing until we're hitting 3 or 4 days at a time mark. I don't know. It was pretty long.
Yeah, exactly. And
because we had to split them, part 1, part 2, part 3 a lot of times. But a lot to say. Exactly.
And I know I've been saying that, this is a show about nothing, but the reality is it's a show about evolving. But, more than anything, it's a show about just hanging out with folks. And so we love having you with us. And, I bring that up because we're going to try something a little different today. Not too radically different.
I don't think it's that different. I think we kind of did things like this in season 1, but I think
Absolutely.
we cheated. I think we took lists from other people for most of the time. This time, this is more us.
I have to admit, I've actually read studies. People are a fan of lists. And, as I read them, I'm like, if only they put this in a list. I love me a list.
Yeah, I love me a list.
Love me a list of things.
Yes.
And even a bad list, I can just sit there and criticize how bad it actually is.
Yes.
So those two have merit.
Yeah. We do have lists today, and if you've got your own list, please send them in, and we'll criticize them online for you.
Well, we should probably talk about what they're a list of. So
yes.
Kevin was over, and I believe it was right after, or no, it was just last week. Last week you came over, and we did not do a show, but you did challenge me and said, well, what was the challenge? Because apparently I made up 15 rules since last we spoke.
Yeah, the challenge, Well, one, I said I wanted to have some more themes for the episodes. Not that we need to really have a theme per se, but just a topic, even though we're still going to talk about normal stuff, but just a little nugget of something special. And this week was albums that we enjoy. Cover to cover, where if you heard the album, you would start at the beginning, you listen to the end, and you're like, this is my album, I enjoy it, I don't care how cheesy it is, I enjoy this thing. So my rules were, can't be greatest hits, only one album per band / singer.
I found a way to cheat on that, though.
Cheat on that?
It actually dawned on me moments ago.
Yeah. What else? There wasn't that many rules beyond that. It was just, no greatest hits. Oh, no Christmas music.
Christmas music is its own thing.
Yeah, its own thing. Yeah, I agree with that. So, basically that's it.
But something to look forward to when we get to the cooler months, which I don't want to think about because we're just getting to the warm months. I'm in short sleeves, and oh my God.
Short sleeves, yeah.
It's so nice to be outside and not miserable at the same time.
Agreed.
It's been a long time.
So that was basic rules, and we had lists here before of the best albums, and of course there's some albums are subjective, some are objective, like best albums ever, and you're gonna put the Who on there, Quadrophenia or something. I'm like, yes, that is one of the best albums ever made, and the White Album and stuff like that. Those are the best albums objectively. One of the best albums ever made.
We all agree it's good.
Yes, but that's not what this list is.
Yeah.
This list is crap we like, cover to cover.
I put the Who on there.
You put what?
The Who on there.
You're allowed to put the Who if you're willing to listen to cover and
Absolutely.
you think it's great. So
Absolutely.
They can have crossover between awesomeness and what you like. That's allowed.
I will call out the albums where there may be a song or two where I'm like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I definitely still listen to album, cover to cover. Well, to be honest with you, to be frank, you do it. I know you do it. You listen to albums cover to cover.
I like to. It's a thing of mine.
I have recently because I've kind of been getting into that again. Yep. But before 2 months ago, you can measure when I listened to an album front to back in years.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
I do it all the time. I get in my car and I put the album on. And it started because of you. You're the reason why I start getting back into it. Because I'm like, let me listen to this album called American Beauty, for example.
Nice, yeah.
So that's an album to listen cover to cover.
Okay, we'll give that one away then because that's that's top of my list. American Beauty, Grateful Dead. And that's the one I learned to cheat on anyway, so I will, we'll just call that a gimme.
Call it gimme.
And that'll give me another one I can use with them later.
Okay.
But yeah, it's, Grateful Dead, and Kevin had it on his list too. It is just soup to nuts. Great.
It's not in order of any order.
Even that,
order.
I said I'd do this. Not a fan of Addicts in my life.
Yeah.
I'm just not. It's.
I still like the whole album. I will listen to cover and not skip a song. I do like the album.
I'll suffer through it, but I won't skip it. But I just won't be like, Addicts in my life. Yeah.
It's only a couple minutes.
All the other songs, though, I will be like, this is just so good.
It's like my wife said to me once. It's only a couple minutes. I'll get through it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, just close your eyes and pretend it never happened.
Pretend it never happened. So definitely. So there could be a lot of cheese in my list. I'm telling you, I'm embarrassed. Just so you know, I'm completely embarrassed by my list.
That's funny. Okay, I'm not embarrassed by my list at all. I'm not certain everyone would agree with it, but I don't think I went too crazy. That said, though, live albums are permitted.
Yes, we did agree live albums are permitted, just not greatest hits. And I believe I have one live album on mine. But I'm willing to listen to live versions of any of these albums, though.
See, that's tough. I want to say Dozing at the Nick for the Dead, but I'm not going to. But, I mean, that's partly because we live in Albany, New York, and there's a local arena where they do shows and whatnot. And it's called the Knickerbocker Arena because that's what it was called when they opened it. And they keep selling it and changing the names of it.
Yeah, it's Pepsi and then Times Union,
Yeah, but it's the Nick, and it'll always be the Nick.
It was never Nick for me. When I moved here, it was the Pepsi.
Yeah, see, that's just wrong. It's the Nick.
Yeah.
And, while it was the Knickerbocker Arena, Dead did a show, made a 3 CD set of it, and it's phenomenal, but not on my list.
Oh.
But that's partly local flair, too,
Yeah.
So that one gets, extra points because it's, like I was at that show.
Yeah.
Didn't actually go to the show, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
That's awesome. So, I've been in I forget what I've been to shows that were being recorded for DVD or CD before. It's kind of cool.
Cool you mean porn, right? Oh, different kind of show. Okay.
No, concert.
I don't know if I have or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I have once, and I think it was it was a show you would never go to.
I can't wait for your list now. I almost want to skip ahead and just be like blah 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 blah. Okay, that was our show. Let's get to your list, Kevin.
I think our lists are about the same length because you can see my link right there.
My list. Well, we're not into the list section, but I'm going to say it now.
Yes.
And I'll say it then. My list is wrong. It's both incomplete and I don't agree with it.
Yep.
It's the best I can do right now.
This one, I think it's fairly complete for pre Grateful Dead, really. It'll be
nice.
Before you and I got to know each other. This is all the cheese I listened to before I knew you. So this goes back to all when no one was watching and what I was jamming to in my car.
Dude, I think that's great though. That's been my whole point the whole time. Cool is jamming out to your crappy music, and if you like it, you like it. And the fact that I say it's crappy, well, who the hell am I?
And I love all these albums. I mean, cover to cover, and a couple were hard because there are a couple bands in here. I'm like, there's like 3 albums I like. Really cover to cover. So, but I'm like one band, so I'm like, I'm going to pick the favorite of the 3.
Yeah, it's tough. It hurt a little.
So there's a couple that hurt. I have a couple, I'm not even going to mention them, but you'll know, people will know which ones I could have picked something different.
Get back to that. Yeah. We'll get back to that. But anyhow, we've been better. I know the schedule is still sporadic, so I apologize for that, folks. But again, life is life stuff.
But the good news is we're always available on demand.
That's fantastic. We are, though. You can and go and listen to us, go on about whatever, whenever you want.
I do have an announcement to make.
Please.
I have been dabbling. I did put one sample video of a beginning of a game playthrough.
You put it on the site. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I thought that was cool.
I put it on the site. I'm like, what the hell? Let me throw it out there.
I think it's great.
It says 5 watches and 1 like. Oh, that was all 5 of you?
I liked it.
You liked it? You liked it? That was awesome. So it's Mass Effect. It's one of those things. It was my top 10, number 1 of my top 10 Desert Island games to bring.
Yep.
And I cheated because it's technically 3 games, but now it's not anymore. Now it's the Legendary Edition, all 3, 1 loader. You can have the same exact character creation through the whole 3 games now. So
I was thinking about that the other day because I'm so lame. I actually think about past conversations Kevin and I had, and I was thinking about that specifically, how you cheated and you won the Mass Effect trilogy, and now it's not cheating at all.
I know.
And ironically, I did the same thing because I cheated and I put Need for Speed Heat on.
Oh.
But I never played it.
Oh.
I just loved the series, and I was like, you know what? I'm willing to bet
that this is gonna be the best Need for Speed.
This is going to be I'm not kidding. It's my favorite Need for Speed by far.
So it's like we're master of our own destiny here.
So yeah.
So if you choose, I will be, time permitting, on the weekends, I will be shooting as much Mass Effect gameplay as I possibly can.
Great.
I'm going to be playing it straight, not cheating at all, which is weird for me. It's been years since I played Mass Effect without having godlike powers.
Absolutely.
But they were nice. You can play with legendary scaling, so usually you have to play each game twice to get max level. Now, if you click on legendary, you get level 60 on the first playthrough. So it'll feel like you're getting more powerful quicker than you ever did before anyway. So it's kind of cheating already built in. But I think it's fair. The game is kind of helping you cheat.
Yep.
And from what I've seen, there's some pros and cons about it. The first game was kind of clunky. They can't fix that, but it's prettier.
Yeah.
But they fixed a few things in the game. For example, they gave the first car in the game jets now, which was a pain in the butt. We're like, I'm trying to get over this mountain, I can't. Now you get jets now. You can fire off, get over that mountain.
Yep, nice.
So I'm looking forward to playing that, and I've been looking online, and yeah, it's a big deal. And I'm playing FemShep, which I've never played, so it's gonna be kind of a new experience for me.
I've never played the Mail Shop. Yeah, I haven't played 3 yet either.
3, the more I think about it, the more I like the game.
Okay.
They did so many things better than Mass Effect 2, even though Mass Effect 2 had a better ending. Mass Effect 3's ending didn't ruin my childhood. It was fine. People just whine a lot.
Well, 3 I might have beaten in the sense that like I killed everybody on my team. Like nobody's alive anymore.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it might just be like the end. Thank you.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you for coming to the game.
But I am looking forward to playing it, and I see a lot of people are streaming the game. And I can tell it's popular right now.
Well, that's groovy. So, I mean, to your point, I cheated everything, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see
how much I'll struggle
what we can play, what I specifically can play, and stream. But I'd like to get into that as well. And again, the pinnacle for me is so we can play Unreal Tournament together, where we're not supposed to cheat, but we can all see that Kevin clearly does.
Yeah, sure. I have a better mouse.
You don't even need a mouse. The thing doesn't move.
That's true. It barely moves. I know. My DPI, I have a DPI of 1.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah, on my mouse. So if you are interested in those, or if you want to see other gameplays, nothing on the Nintendo Switch, no Farmville or whatever the heck that's popular.
Can you not stream Switch?
No, I just don't want to.
I got you. All right, that's fair.
I just don't want to.
I'm trying to think. Are there any games on the Switch I'm good enough to actually do a playthrough of? See, the problem is I play grinders, or nobody want to watch like Mortal Kombat or something. Is why bother? But the grinding games. Oh my God, I don't know why you'd want to. I don't know why I do it, much less why anybody would watch.
Oh, and I do have a PS5, so if anybody has any requests on PS5 games, I'll try to stream those as well. That should be even easier than, because technically it's another computer.
I think we need to pause.
A few moments later.
Back.
And we're back. All right. Yes. Well, sorry about that, folks, but real world.
Yep.
Live from our studios in my dining room.
Yes. No, we're in outer space.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about that. That was something because, right before the show, my mother-in-law had been here, and she saw Kevin showed off our background and asked, what is that, raining down on you? What is that background? And
what did I say? Love dust?
You said it's love. That's love.
Just love.
Love falling down on us.
Love.
So I didn't know
Shooting
that.
at the back of our head right now, and it's yellow-orange.
I just did not realize I was being showered in all of this love. So the show feels better than ever.
Yeah, I know. Yes, we're getting it's golden shower.
Oh my God! You had to go there. That is great. Well, I was going to segue that the showering the love right into the how do you contact us? Yes. But now
we're not in Russia. No.
I'm really second guessing that.
Yeah. Don't go. Yeah, we're gonna get weird letters now. I heard you like.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll be at the Holiday Inn at 6 p.m.
That's great. Sorry. That is fantastic. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Boy, it is hard to have this show.
Yeah,
but, it's been a couple weeks. I don't know when we did our last show exactly. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think.
So, I took a week off somewhere in there. And it was glorious. And I went somewhere. Yeah, and I won't talk about it ahead of time, but I'll definitely afterwards. I went to Maine. You can tell I'm sporting a Bar Harbor hat.
Bar Harbor.
I don't
Read
know
it.
if you can tell that. It's got a
You can see
moose
the,
on
yeah,
it.
the golden showers are going to kind of go through it a little bit.
And yeah, Maine was a freaking great time. It was great to go anywhere at all, just to leave my house.
Yeah, been going out more,
Yep, it's getting better. People were traveling. I saw people out there, and yeah, you still got to wear your mask everywhere, folks.
Yep.
Good news is you don't have to like it. Just wear your goddamn mask.
You don't have to, yeah. And I do get tested every week, which is interesting.
Yeah, because of what you do.
Because of what I do. It's covert. I can't say.
That's right, top secret.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. But yeah, it's in Maine. Thank you for having me. You were beautiful. Food was delicious. I got to eat seafood. It's been so long, but yeah. So it was a good time, and that's part of the reason though we haven't had a show for so long.
Yep. Been a few weeks, so we're kind of. I don't know. I'm like excited.
I am too. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got some stuff to talk about today.
That's wanted a theme. Throw it on a challenge. Threw down the gauntlet. Let's have a.
Well, I bring up the delay to simply ask.
Yeah.
I mean, any news in your world that you want to share with the audience? Anything it's been a few weeks. Anything to check in with? I got nothing. I mean, I got that week. I got that week off, and it was glorious. And I kind of do remember it still.
Yeah.
Vaguely. It's almost like it happened to somebody else already, but
Yeah. So no, nothing really has changed really. Like I said, I'm trying to stream more different things, but apart from that, nothing really different.
Cool.
Living my life.
there you go. That it flies, man. It really does.
Yeah.
So, yeah. To everybody out there, just be aware. It's later than you think, is how the saying goes. So, without further ado, then, I'm just going to jump right into our usual section then, because that gets us to that list all the sooner, and I can't wait.
Yes.
I just can't wait. So, what have you been playing, buddy?
What I have been playing? I have been playing StarCraft 2.
That's a great game, man.
Yeah, it's a
we should play
great
that
game.
together sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Wait.
Yeah.
I've been playing it with him.
Only
Yes.
play it together. Yeah, so StarCraft 2, yeah. And I'm trying to think if I've played any other game. Oh, I thought I could get back into Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, I saw you try that actually.
I tried it.
Creep you online.
And I'm like, you know what? I like the game. It's beautiful. And they're the ones that's coming out with the new, was it Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll wait for that game because I'm not really into the story. That's part of the problem. I just don't find it interesting. And when I'm by myself playing, I'm by myself. I think it'd be more fun multiplayer in the game, to be honest with you. Because I don't mind taking turns over multiplayer. But I'm by myself. I don't need to take turns. It's just me.
Yeah. I got you.
So
I'll take another stab at that sometime if you want.
If we did, Original Sin or when Baldur's Gate finally is released?
I want to be honest with you. Although the Baldur's Gate, I would like to go back and do the earlier ones first. If we're going to do that, because
we did start the original Baldur's Gate.
We did, and then we hooked our dudes up with like awesome equipment, and then we saw something else.
Yeah, something.
It was probably fucking Diablo season.
It was probably.
That's something we should stream.
Yeah,
that would
true.
be neat.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Let's do a 24-hour stream and we're done.
I love it. We could have everybody watch you power level me, because that's what it boils down to, folks.
Yeah, and I was a little upset with myself. According to the wife, it took me 28 hours to complete the last
I know,
season.
but that was because of me.
Yeah, you slowed me up.
I do.
Yeah.
I stop you constantly because I'm going for smokes.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
definitely slow you down.
Yeah. So my goal every season is like, how can I finish this game, this season, as fast as possible and move on to something else?
Yeah.
I love the game, though.
I do, too.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, let's get it done.
Power through it.
I've been actually playing another game, and
what's that?
I haven't played it much, but, when my friend Kevin's not around.
Yeah. I think I've seen it.
It is Dead Island.
Zombie.
Yeah, it's a zombie game.
A zombie game, yeah.
Dead Island Riptide Rush is what I'm playing now, but I played the earlier Dead Island.
Yeah.
I'm not very far into it, but I can tell you already Riptide Rush is the better game.
Okay.
It's just fantastic, though. It is a fantastic formula. It is basically you're on an island, zombie apocalypse, run around doing various shit, killing zombies all the while. And I don't scare easily. Boy, I had a zombie the other day, and Tyler made me jump.
Oh, really?
He was just fucking right there. I didn't hear him. He was just
Yeah.
there.
Just
and
there.
I was like, oh. And I did one of those, and
Yeah,
then I was like, that was awesome. He got me to move. The real irony is I'm cheating like hell. So, like, I could just stand there, and they could
he could just
go at me all the live long day. Nothing's going to happen to me. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like God mode. Nothing's going to happen to me. But he was just right there.
Yeah.
And
It's like, don't do that.
Yeah, like that frightened me. I shot him for it.
Yeah, that's what you get. Shotgun to the face.
It's funny. It's one of those games too that I think by design you're supposed to use melee weapons for a long time, and that doesn't work for me because you know how I roll. But you get a flare gun like very early in the game, but it's got like 1 or 2 shots. It's a flare gun.
Yeah.
But of course, cheating like hell
with unlimited ammo.
Yeah, unlimited ammo, no reload. Flare gun works, So I spent a good part of the game just shooting people with flares.
He was just lighting it up.
I really was. But yeah, it's one of those things, and I've asked this question to you before. Whether it's I do enjoy shooting them, but shooting them, just stabbing them, whatever the game is. When does killing zombies cease to be fun? Yeah. I haven't hit it yet, folks. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's always good.
They're great.
Yeah.
So, and this is no exception. So, yeah, the Dead Island series. Again, Riptide Rush is the better game if you could only pick one. I'm pretty certain that's one of those Steam games I got on a bundle that was super sale, cost next to nothing. And, yeah.
I got a zombie game for free when I got my PS5, and it's called Days Gone.
Okay.
So I only played like 10 minutes of it. I'm like, oh, it's pretty. Then I stopped, but I think I'll go back to it.
There's a couple co-op ones that we may need to investigate sometime. Dying Light is one of them.
Oh. I'm aware of this.
Yep. And what's the other one? I don't know. We have that co-op game too. I want to say 7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die, and it's apparently when we got it or purchased it like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
This is not that game. Apparently they've updated 1 billion times since then.
That was my master plan.
Yeah. Like eventually this will be a good game.
This is gonna be a great game one day.
Yeah, someday.
We're gonna own it when that day comes.
We're gonna own it. Yeah. So we own that game. That's apparently a big deal now. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was co-op. So
I've seen screenshots and they're like, what? Yeah.
I like the Friday the 13th gig, but that was you needed more people.
You need to know more people. There was another one that's out now that's kind of a knockoff on it. I forget what it's called, but yeah, there's another one that's kind of like that.
And we haven't tried the one that's all the rage either, the Among Us.
What is it?
Among Us.
Oh, Among Us, yeah. And now they're like modding like crazy. You can do things where there's a zombie mode in that now.
Nice.
So there's a lot of cool. So that's pretty cool. So I'd like to support that developer.
I just saw a screenshot, but it looked hysterical. Somebody had modded a Resident Evil 7 to the monsters are just Barney.
Oh, just Barney.
And so it just says Barney's like roaring and just running into things, and it's just stupid looking, but it's just hysterical.
Oh, I forgot. I did play. I don't know if it's halfway or 3/4 of Final Fantasy 7 remake again.
Oh yeah.
Because
you're playing that.
Because in the PS5, loading times are almost nothing, which is awesome, and the drawing distances are better, and the tiles look better. So
nice.
They've been patching some of the older games that look better and perform better on the PS5. And I'm like, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy because I wanted to complete some things I didn't complete the first time I played it.
Yep, absolutely.
And there's a DLC coming out which I don't even know if I can play. I might have to put in the disc you gave me.
Yeah.
To try it. Then, not to have, but to try out. And I think I might have to put it in, get the DLC, which is free.
Yeah.
And to play it, because I don't think you get the DLC for the free download version, which is the one I'm technically playing right now.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I gotta see if I can play the DLC, because that's like a backstory. It takes place at the same time as what you're playing now, so it seems interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I don't know how long it is, but it makes me impatient for the next chapter now.
Well, you said it's going to introduce Yuffie as well, the new character.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. So. To see what they're doing when everyone else is busy blowing up reactors.
Yep, it's.
What were you up to?
Fun game, even though the story definitely doesn't necessarily hold up. I saw one of those honest reviews on Final Fantasy VII, and if you haven't yet, you should watch that because it's absolutely hysterical.
I do like watching even games I love.
Yeah.
Because they are funny and on point. Doesn't make me like the game any less. Like Last of Us, people tear the first one apart, even though it won 1 billion awards.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about some of the stuff you say.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't like the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it doesn't hurt my feelings to watch, things. I think that's one of the benefits of being around you, because now you can be critical about something I love deeply, and I just hold it inside.
Well, actually, it's funny. I was going to do it for the list part, but
yeah.
The whole being cool thing, if they're, and some misguided folks for some reason at some point in their lives have thought I was such a thing. And best I can tell, because I've never understood what the hell that even means.
Yeah.
But the best I can tell is being comfortable in your own skin, in the sense that you're running with your whatever it is, So when you're watching your Red Dwarf piece of crap show, you're like, it is the best show. And
it's mega awesome.
And I'm coming along and saying, wow. Wow.
What a
Like
big pile of
so
garbage.
bad. Like the laugh track sounds strange.
It's awesome. They actually got rid of that like in season 6. It was weird for me.
It sounded like they were working hard, like those
Yeah.
laugh track people.
Yeah.
They couldn't make it any further.
They
They're like,
couldn't.
oh my god, just
Yeah.
no.
It was weird. They wanted to make it more like a movie, so they actually got rid of the laugh track for. It actually was filmed into the live studio audience, believe it or not.
Okay.
It really was.
I
Those
believe
British people laugh at weird times. Okay.
it wasn't my thing though.
Yeah.
But be that as it may,
Yeah.
it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
What the hell do I know?
I know, but you're missing the awesome episode where they had to help JFK kill himself. It was awesome
Great.
because the whole world went to chaos. The mafia took over the United States, and they went back in time because they ended up on Earth by mistake in Dallas in 1965 or whatever it was. And yeah, they met JFK and they grabbed him and goes, "This is what happened because you became president. So this is what you need to do." People really freak people out. You need to go over to that grassy knoll over there.
That's great.
No one will be able to figure out how this happened.
That's fantastic.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Yep.
So yeah, and this episode got all serious and quiet and played like music. There was no laugh track in those episodes, and it got all eerie and orchestral, and just him just slowly aiming at this Cadillac with a convertible.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was
Yep.
pretty cool.
So now we know.
Now we know, but Red Dwarf, it had its moments when it was genius, and it had its moments when it was complete silly.
Yeah. No, but my point is that, don't get me wrong, Red
Yeah.
Dwarf's a piece of crap.
It's awesome.
But that's my whole point of all of this is you, like I always say, you represent local, you know,
Yeah.
and you hear me make fun of other states. It's
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong with those states. They're great places, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I make fun of them because I don't live there.
Yeah.
You know, if I lived there, I would simply be turning the tides and making fun of New York.
Well, it's easy to make fun of New York.
It's easy to make fun of
Yeah.
everywhere.
Of course, growing up, my father-in-law, which at the time wasn't my father-in-law, he was Charlize's dad, said, "You know what the problem with Ohio is, where I'm from? All the acid rain. All the acid rain comes from Ohio." And then he meets me, and Charlie's first thing he says goes, "You know you brought the acid rain, right?"
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's. I'd like to rescind my previous answer. It is not, in fact, the acid rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just met the biggest problem for Ohio.
Yep, I'm the biggest problem.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So anyway, well, you watching anything?
I'm binge watching a show called Sherlock.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
No, the Jason Lee one. Not Sherlock, Elementary. Sorry, I've been watching Elementary with Sherlock. So it's called Elementary.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Jason Lee.
That's what we're watching.
Yeah, Jason Lee, and I love
Jason
the show.
Lee is who?
Or
Sherlock?
is it Jason Lee? Or
Jason Lee is the skateboarder dude
Yeah.
from Mallrats.
What's his name? What's his name in?
Yeah. That's what I'm choking on. Is the Jason Lee?
It's something Lee.
Is it Bruce?
Bruce Lee.
'Cause he was
no,
awesome.
I think it's Bob.
Bob Lee.
Elementary.
Is it Holm? Is it Homely?
Oh, Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah, Johnny Lee Miller's version of Sherlock.
Well,
you
we really are best buds because that's what we are watching as well as Elementary.
How far have you got into the
We
show?
definitely finished the first episode.
Oh,
I'm kidding. We're on season 1. We're it's so I gotta say already what I love about it is there's like 9,000 episodes and it's not a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Um,
I find the show and I like Aiden Quinn or wherever is that
Yeah,
his name?
Aidan Quinn, yeah.
I like him. I like his role.
I think we're maybe 10 episodes in.
Yeah, and Lucy Liu.
I love Lucy Liu. Is she hot?
I think she is.
Absolutely, is my opinion.
Yeah.
Mickles was surprised by that.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, absolutely, I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you know what is great about Lucy Liu? And this is entirely racist, and I'm okay with it. And I think
Yeah.
everyone else will be too.
Yeah.
You know what she looks like 30 years from now? Exactly like she does right now.
Asian don't crack. Oh no,
Just-
is that the way it goes? Is it?
Just amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just genetics, and I mean we don't have
Yeah.
to like it, folks. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I do like her, and yeah, they write her well. The show goes through some interesting you could tell they kind of made the first season more of the standard kind of like crime dramas, but then they just flip it. They just take the table. And,
I like to try and be observant. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously that's hyper exaggerated,
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's fun
Yeah.
to observe things and also just to see the world through a different lens.
yeah.
You know.
I like the way he sees the world in a lot of ways. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm just saying the way he sees his cynical part of the way he sees the world. I understand completely because he's a cynical man. He is the most messed up, drugged up,
Oh, he's a complete jerk.
Sad
Yeah.
piece of garbage.
He's like a man-child.
Yeah.
He needs a babysitter.
Yeah, he
is
does.
basically what it boils down to.
He does it, and I like him because he is the most broken character I've seen in a TV show in a long time, and he's entertaining to watch.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Because he does dumb things.
Yep.
It's like, okay, so you need to have 20 TVs on at midnight for what?
Yeah.
Or, he's always handcuffs hanging around and stuff. They're like, why do you need all that?
Yeah, 'cause
he's just
he's
like
picking the locks,
Yeah,
yep.
he's just picking the locks nonstop.
Yep.
So yeah, I like the show, and yeah, it definitely is enjoyable for me.
Yeah, I got to say, I mean, I suspect, well, we're committed now. We're
Yeah.
one of those, so we're 10 episodes in. We're going to watch all 9,000 of them, but
Yeah, probably pass me up because I'm season 4, I think now.
it never... You can watch countless Sherlock things. All they can do is fuck it up, basically. So even if there's really no bad, like the lowest they can hit is good.
Yeah, so I'm worried that because right now I think I'm about 20%. That might be a little nice. Of 20% shows that I recommend that you didn't think were crap. It might be nice, might be more closer to 10%. So I'm worried that the show will jump the shark. I'm hoping it doesn't because it might raise it up to 20%.
It doesn't matter, actually. No, I'm going to put this in the win column for you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's already a win for you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm up to 20% of recommendations that you liked.
Like, I mean, sorry, if somebody, if while it was on, somebody said, "Hey, should I watch Dexter?" I'd be like, "It's a great fucking show."
That's true. Yeah.
And
Great show.
if they come at me later, now granted, if they ask me today, it would be, but don't watch the last season.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just make whatever you want. Just don't watch the end.
Yeah, say the same thing about Community. Like, you watch the first 2 seasons, then shut it off.
Yeah, and then a spider.
Yeah, and then a spider.
Works for Stephen King. We'll give it a go.
He has a spider in a lot of his stuff. It's weird.
Spiders. If you ever finished reading his books, you know how the gunslinger ends.
I have no idea how it ends.
I'm
I'm waiting for
telling
the movie to come out.
It's a spider.
It's a spider. Yeah, so I'm watching that. Then I'm watching Bob Hart's Ashola.
You've told me that is. I don't know of what you speak.
Basically, somebody decided to watch Coming to America and make a comedy that's very similar.
Okay.
Because it has those very, weird Nigerian jokes nonstop and what they eat and how they act and don't boss the women around and stuff like that. And just and again, I don't mean to be critical of the show. Charlize loves the show, and I'm in the room for osmosis. But I was I don't know, the first season. Yeah, the first season was completed, and now they're in their second season. And about halfway through the second season, they had a musical episode. I don't have a problem with musical episodes. I love many musical. Scrubs had a beautiful one that actually was Emmy nominated for a musical because all she could hear was music, and that's when you heard "Guy Love," great song from Scrubs.
Yeah.
This one, you don't have a musical episode in season 2. You did not earn it.
That's
Too
fantastic.
soon. That's like having the Hawaii episode in 80 sitcoms in season 1. No, they did not earn it. The Hawaii episode is like season 6.
Oh, that's great.
You know I'm right. Most of the 80 shows, they end up in Hawaii at some point. Like Brady Bunch, Growing Pains. Yeah, Hawaii eventually. But that wasn't season 1 or 2. They didn't earn it. That's my problem with Bob Hart's Ashola.
That's
did
funny.
Not earn the musical episode.
That made me think, too, with WandaVision. I'm not certain I knew what all the intros were.
Oh, yeah. I did look after I watched them to say,
I never
was
did.
this?
Yeah. So what was the 80s one? Was it Family Ties or Growing Pains?
Usually it was a mix of couple.
Oh,
so
okay.
One was like Full House because they're sisters, which is kind of funny. So it was a mix of
yep.
Full House, Growing Pains. One was Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep, I think I got that.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I think I got most of them. One was definitely the Brady House.
Yeah. The Brady House, yep. The one was Bewitched in the beginning.
Okay, yep. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress.
No,
there,
no,
but
that show was
I knew
awesome.
you would have looked that up.
I did look it up, and it wasn't always one. Sometimes it's 2 shows, like Van Dyke, Dick Van Dyke Show, and, I Love Lucy kind of mixed together.
That's why I couldn't, the one I was like, Family Ties or Growing Pains, and I couldn't get there. And
I'm
it was
pretty
probably,
sure it was both.
Yeah.
It was probably both.
It was probably Family Pains.
Family Pains, yeah.
Or Growing Ties.
So sometimes there's one episode it was based on, or one type of sitcom, and other times it was 2 or 3 that was kind of like taking pieces from.
Yeah.
So that show was genius.
Other than that, we haven't been watching anything. Oh, actually, no, I did watch a movie not terribly long ago. I told you because I was excited about the Mortal Kombat movie, and I don't know why. The last one was really a piece of crap, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
This one, it's like they tried. They tried to make it suck, and bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. I mean, I'll put it this way. They did such a disservice that it's not even worth getting into how.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just tell you what was good about it. It looked good. The choreography was good. The costumes were good. All right, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just pay the writer.
Yeah.
Trust me, you got to pay the writer. He's more important. Pay the writer.
Yeah, I saw a sci-fi last week called Archive, and these people, and it was an interesting movie. In the way is that they must have went and saw the movie Ex Machina
Okay.
and said we can do the same thing but worse. So what they did was, and see if this sounds like Ex Machina. Have you seen Ex Machina?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me if this plot sounds similar. Scientists in the middle of the mountains nowhere, alone, working on building robots, and giving them AI personalities.
It happens.
Oh, okay, this is very similar. But then they jumped a shark with the ending. They did the whole like, none of this happened. I hate that. That was such a cop out.
None of it happened.
Yeah. None of it happened. Spoiler, nothing happened.
Just somebody's dream or something. Or?
It was okay.
J.R.
So the
dreamt it? What
point
was
of
it?
the archive is that they're saying that the human brain cannot be digitized. It's analog device. So what people are paying to do in the future is taking a human brain and put it in this box, and you can communicate with it. And for 6 months until the brain wears out, you can communicate with this box.
Okay.
And at the end,
What's in the box?
what's in the box? So it just so you can wrap it up and do your say goodbye at the end. And yeah, the whole movie was like, oh yeah, no, it was the other person that was in the box. Everything you saw here was an illusion. Yeah, It was one of those flipperoos.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a giant cop out to say, oh, by the way, everything you saw, and there was no like foreshadowing for that. None of the stuff made sense.
It can be a good ending, but not in that instance. So that was the whole twist, though, is that you're in the box. The whole time.
Basically,
the
he's
main
in the
character
box,
was
and
in the box.
I'm like, it made no sense. It's just like nonsensical. This could have been a good movie. They need to go rewatch Ex Machina and find the good parts and make that part.
Safe to say he was thinking outside the box?
He was thinking outside the. Actually, he was in the box. It's weird.
But he was thinking outside of it.
And you know what? It was an interesting movie until the twist, and I'm like, that ruined the movie. I was like, a big pile of garbage now.
Definitely loved Ex Machina.
Yeah. That one had a nasty twist.
Well, that wasn't even like those aren't even sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like the only question is it within our lifetime?
Yeah.
Like there will be robots. Like there are already robots, but I mean there will be robots that look humanoid.
Yeah. I think it'll be in our lifetime.
I think so too.
Yeah. One's called Elon Musk.
That's great. And I think they're gonna have Asimov's 3 rules.
Yeah. Oh, they should.
Absolutely.
3 rules of robotics. All nerds know those 3 rules.
Actually, okay. Let's. Boy, this is tough.
The 3 rules of robotics.
I know them. I bet. I don't know if I know the order, but you can't harm a human.
Yes.
You can't kill yourself.
Right.
You must assist any human that's in aid. I don't know what the third one is.
Assist a human as long as it doesn't come in conflict with
With
number
1 or 2.
and 2. Yeah.
So you must assist a human unless it comes in conflict with 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah.
Okay. Or is it you must obey a human command unless it comes in conflict?
Yes, you can obey humans, but it cannot come in conflict with. It's correct us if we look it up, but I think it is something like that where it's not you cannot come in conflict with 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So it sounds like obey is the right one. Yeah, you can do whatever. You obey a human. Never harm yourself and never,
but I think the order is never harm a human.
Never harm a human.
Never kill yourself.
Never kill yourself. And
then listen to commands.
Listen to commands, but as long as it doesn't violate rule number
1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's paraphrasing a lot. But
so exactly. I don't know if I know the rules, but I know the gist.
Yeah,
so do I, again, working
Yeah.
on my nerd muscles here.
Yeah.
But
Isaac Asimov, born the same exact year as Ray Bradbury.
You know what blows my mind is remember the modems from U.S. Robotics?
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, that was awesome.
First of all, if you do, you're old.
Yeah, you're old.
Aside from that,
yeah, when I had 33.6, I thought it was blazing.
Asimov wrote about U.S. Robotics, the company,
Yeah.
long before they existed.
Yeah.
They named it after U.S. Robotics
That's
or
awesome.
after Asimov's
Asimov's
books,
Robotics,
and I was like, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I think he coined robot, didn't he?
I think so. I think he was the robot guy.
I don't think robot was a word. I mean, that's just.
And Lucasfilm, the droid.
Mind-blowing. Okay.
That's why Android pays money to Lucasfilm.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Look at that. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So anyway, with the Ex Machina though, that one again, it's just foreshadowing for me. Like it's coming. So I found it funny though because Mickles at the end of it was like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Would you have sex with a robot?"
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
like, are you kidding? If they
Daily,
look like
nightly,
that-
never so rightly. Jeez.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're expecting, but that's a
Yeah.
hell's yes.
I know. Jesus.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't know what she was expecting. Now,
Yeah.
I will be honest.
Yeah.
If you gave me the choice,
Yeah.
and a lot of you may not agree, but
Yeah.
I'm of the age where if you gave me the choice between the Playmate of the Month, if that's still
Yeah.
a thing, Robot, or Alice from the Jetsons, I'm going with fucking Alice.
Yeah, she cleans the
I'll
house.
take Alice from Brady Bunch too. I don't care. I need
That's
an
true.
Alice, damn it.
Need Alice in my life. She will cook.
But
Yeah.
I mean, she would call
Yeah.
me "Morning, Mr. D."
Yeah.
The one from Jetsons. It would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And she'd clean and cook.
Yeah, and the Playmate, yeah, you wouldn't want her hanging around. You'd pay her to leave, is what you would
Yeah,
be doing.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's just I'm
Yeah.
to the point in my life
Yeah.
where the one that's
Yeah.
gonna be the maid is the more appealing of the two.
Yeah, that's true. And we've been making it with her.
That's great. You got to admit, Alice. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's great. Wow, that's
Yeah.
like the old Wilma Betty argument.
Oh, yeah.
And I told the Mickles about that one day because I'm like, it's ludicrous. It's a crazy argument. But
Yeah.
it's she's like, that's really a thing, and I'm like, oh my god. And first of all, if I need to explain that, that's a bummer. But we're talking about the Flintstones.
Flintstones, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and my answer surprises people because it is entirely Betty all day, twice on Sundays.
That surprised me a little bit because I'm a Wilma person.
I get it. Wilma's a redhead.
Wilma's hot.
Wilma's smoking. Wilma,
Yeah.
there's no question.
Yeah.
Wilma's smoking.
Yeah.
I'm going Betty because she's just got that. Betty's more fun.
Yeah.
There's no question. Betty's more fun.
Yeah.
Wilma's paying her in the ass.
Yeah.
She's smoking, but you pay
But
for
that's
it.
what I'm used to it, you know? You feel so
That's
unnatural.
great. I'm going Betty all the live long day because it's just more fun with Betty.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's my argument, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
I hear your argument and I understand it, but that's
I
my
know.
fundamental flaw in it. But yes, that's a thing.
But to
and
take a line from Red Dwarf, which is a line, I'd go with Betty. But I'd be thinking of Wilma.
that's great.
That's actually a line from Red Dwarf.
Fantastic.
I shit you not.
Well, there we go. There's our segue.
Yeah.
If you want to contact us, how do they do it? How do they reach out to us, buddy? If they
You
want to tell
open
us,
your window. No.
it depends actually.
Yeah, it depends. You want to contact
Depending on where you're located.
Yes, yes. If you don't like us, then don't contact us.
That's great.
But yes, 2cast.net, the website.
Awesome.
You can go there. There's links for reaching us. There's our pages and all of our previous shows are listed here. And yeah, you can email us at 2cast.net.
It's awesome. Yeah, and we do check our email, and
Awesome.
and likewise, if you check us out on YouTube, please give us a like and a subscribe. That really does help.
It does.
And if you're really so bold, you can check out our Patreon server or account or
Service
whatever
account, yeah.
service. I
Yes,
don't know what it is.
we do have one, and you know who you are.
I don't know who the nomenclature is,
Yeah.
but yes, thank you, Audrey. We
Yes.
do appreciate it. You know what? That's already on the list, but we'll get to it again. So
now onto the the
listening
tease topic.
So yeah, before we get to the
actually, we're
list,
out of time.
Yeah,
And,
that's
no,
great.
no, just kidding.
So for the listening section, because I knew we had these lists, I didn't even. That's great. I didn't even work on anything, but I did want to give a shout out to this dude because I read an article on him, and I'll tell people the story because I found it a little bit fascinating. But there's a Canadian white rapper by the name of Tom McDonald,
Yep.
and he just bought an NFT, a non-fungible token,
Yep.
from Eminem, Marshall Mathers. And it's basically, as I understand it, the NFT was basically a musical score or a beat or something to that effect that was going to be used for something called The Revenge of Stan,
Yep.
because Eminem had that hit Stan.
Yep.
And this guy bought it, and he made a song with it. And it is fantastic. It's just really creative. And you know what's sad is I don't actually even know the name of the song.
Was that kind of like Stan's Revenge or something? Or?
No, that was was what Eminem was going to make. I don't even know what this Tom McDonald song is, but he made it as an answer, kind of as a tribute to Eminem, and and he did it in the fashion of the Stan video. So it's definitely recognizable.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely check this guy out. I mean, I heard him, and he's I don't necessarily agree with all his views. Let me throw that one out there. But let's face it. How many people?
How many people do you agree with?
So
See, there's
there's
Yeah.
there's me.
Yeah,
but yeah,
doesn't agree with me.
Um, great.
Yeah.
But he definitely has the talent. The guy's skilled. He definitely can spit the lyrics, you know, and
Spit.
they're
That's
good
basically it.
lyrics.
Yep.
You know, there's some intelligent words there. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So anyway, check him out, Tom McDonald. All right. That being said, I think we've teased everybody, including myself, enough. So how are we doing this? Are you reading one? Am I reading one? Are you reading your list? Am I reading my list? How does it work? I don't care.
I think
this is your game.
I think my game. I'll read a couple. You read a couple.
All right.
You know, I don't think we have to go back and forth one at a time. Just a couple, just because we can rip through
Whatever you want.
whatever I want.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, you got it?
So this is a list of 10, or not 10. This is just a list of albums you personally, Kevin,
Yeah.
would like to throw in and listen to soup to nuts, front to back.
Every now and then, if it was a vinyl, I'd put it in the beginning and play it to the end, flip it and play. Well, I don't know. I've never even played vinyls before.
Oh, I didn't tell you. You never had a record player?
No. I grew up with 8-tracks. That's how weird my childhood was.
Wow.
Yeah, my first 8-track was Michael Jackson's Thriller and Tommy James and the Shondells' Greatest Hits. That was what I had an 8-track.
Believe me, I had it worse. I hear you, though.
Yeah. So this is what I would spin. So these are albums for various reasons throughout my childhood that when I finally got into rock and roll because I liked music, show tunes and music soundtracks until I was like teenage years, like 15, when I discovered this magical world called Columbia House Records.
Oh yeah, didn't we all? We all still
Yes.
love the money.
Yeah, so I put all these stamps in this card, got a bunch of music. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Because it's a lot different than like the Steppenwolf and the stuff my parents listened to, you know, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I'm not saying they're bad music.
Right.
That's all my parents listened to was basically, you know, acid rock, you know, which nothing wrong with it. But I'm like, it wasn't my thing when I was, 6.
You weren't born to be wild.
No, I wasn't born to be wild. Yeah, Magic Carpet Ride, Pusher Man. Yeah. I don't know.
God damn, I love that intro.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong, they're good songs, but it wasn't speaking to me in my childhood. So these songs, even though a lot of the stuff was before I was born anyways, but it really means a lot to me. So the first one is a album and there's actually hard. There's a couple albums I can listen cover to cover.
Oh.
But this one is Billy Joel.
Okay.
And the album's called Glass Houses.
Okay. Can you tell us some songs on it? In fact, I'm going to have to look some up, I'm sure.
You May Be Right.
Okay.
You may be wrong. Charlize and I actually sing this to each other in the car. Our niece can attest.
Oh.
It might be a lunatic you're looking for. I even rode my motorcycle in the rain. Oh, great song to sing out loud. Sometimes a Fantasy. Don't Ask Me Why. It's still rock and roll to me.
Yeah.
All for Lena. I Don't Want to Be Alone. Sleeping with the Television On. That's actually good. C'est la toi. I'm not even sure I'm saying that. You Were the One. That's like a love song.
Okay.
Close to the Borderline and Through the Long Night. Great album.
Okay.
I can listen to that thing cover to cover. Just track 1 through track 10.
Do you know what the other Billy Joel albums you'd pick are? I mean, Billy Joel's good.
Yeah, there's the other one I like cover to cover was a newer one that he did. It was the Dreams. What's it called?
The In the Middle of the Night one.
In the Middle of the Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I go walking in my
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that album. That one has a whole bunch of good songs.
River Dreams.
River Dreams. You're right. River Dreams. That was my choice number 2, but it didn't mean as much to me as Glass Houses.
Gotcha.
But I do love all the tracks in that album. I think he really, because I think it was one of his last albums that he did too. I think it was Going Out, but he wrote some really poignant lyrics in that one.
Billy Joel's one of those people that even if you don't like any of his music and you think it's like screeching, nails on a chalkboard, it's one of those things we all agree he doesn't suck, you do. Yeah. You're just wrong. Like, even if you never want, I seriously, probably Columbia House. I bought Billy Joel's Greatest Hits. Yeah. I don't think I ever listened to it. Those CDs were never touched by me. Yeah. But I bought it. Yeah. And I saluted it.
Yeah, salute. You're good. Yeah, that's why I have to admit that I can't listen to all of his music all the time.
Yeah.
But there's, this album, I love this album. And it meant a lot to me. And this was available in 8-track in my household when I was a kid.
Well, so
it's an old album.
I'm going crass, folks, so enjoy it.
Yeah.
He proved a lot of things to a lot of guys. Basically, he proved that no matter how hot they are, eventually you're just tired of listening to it, and because not for nothing.
Yeah, Christy Brinkley.
Swinging way above your weight, and you knew it you
knew
know,
it, yeah.
uptown girl.
Yeah,
and,
he's thinking about her.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You're swinging way above
Yeah,
your weight,
dude.
and he just proved
Yeah.
that without a doubt. You know.
Yeah. You can only fly that close to the sun for a short time.
It's just exactly, and
Poor guy.
yeah, and then
He's
just
not attractive,
recently
man.
we learned another one just recently, and it's really a bummer actually. I have to say, even I was bummed to read this one.
What?
But Bill and Melinda
Mr.
Gates.
I know. I mean, imagine he stopped working every day. They spent all their time together, and it didn't work out.
So,
I think that's a story of everybody now.
It just goes to show, though, there's no amount of money, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so the meme I saw was there's no amount of money, guys, that can make your girl happy, so feed her something.
What the hell?
You know, but I mean,
So-
it does. It's an important lesson there.
Yep.
There's no amount of money that's going to make somebody like you.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely. I mean,
I don't know.
it depends what you mean by like. 'Cause
Yeah,
for the right
no.
amount of money, I'll show up on holidays and
Yeah,
birthdays,
that's
and
true,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll at least fake the
I'm
sincerity.
not below paying for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
there's no question of the whole will you sell
Yeah.
your soul.
Yeah.
It's the question of what do you think I can get for it?
Yeah.
What are we talking here? But anyway, Billy Joel. So
Billy Joel.
okay, that's good.
Yep.
So you gonna do another? You
I'll
said a
do
few.
one more.
All
I'll
right.
do one more, and then you can do one. So this one was also difficult because, in my opinion, and you may or not agree with me, I think this band has a lot of good songs, but in my opinion, they only had 2 good albums.
Okay.
Okay, so the band is called Coldplay,
All right.
and I think they only had 2. In my opinion, they only had 2 good albums.
I'm curious. Okay.
So this one is A Rush of Blood to the Head.
That would be the first one. Is that Yellow? And
No, Yellow was the other one. I
Okay.
didn't, and you know what? I think it was a great effort, and I think that was the other album that was kind of good. I think this is a better album. I think this came after
Okay.
the one immediately. This one has Politic. What else? The Scientist.
I love the Scientist.
Clocks. It's got A Rush of Blood to the Head. Amsterdam. I mean, it's all good songs. But yeah, the big ones are Clocks and Scientists. But they have all the other songs are good too. It's a really great album.
Early, I wish everybody never found Coldplay and they
Yeah.
made no money.
They got ruined, but But this is my favorite album to listen cover to cover of Coldplay.
Okay. I like the first album, but there's one. What about the EP? I forget what it was called.
X
but,
and Y and Z or Y.
I want to say something about the color blue, but I don't remember.
Oh.
But
Was it yellow?
it wasn't
Yellowish.
yellow. See You Soon was a song off of
Oh,
it, and it was
okay.
freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I think they had good songs here and there, but I think they weren't making albums that Viva La Loca, where the heck they did after that.
Yeah.
Was a little. They had a couple good songs in there, but the whole album as a whole was kind of weird.
See, you know what's
Yeah.
funny too? People might call me out and be like, "Well, why aren't you mad at Coldplay for selling out?"
Yeah.
And I'm not, because they never claimed they weren't going to.
Yeah.
Like that was never their thing. I'm looking at you, Metallica.
Yeah.
Which I'm not, because you're all dead in a
Yeah,
bus
they're all
accident.
dead. Yeah, I have. Never mind.
But when I heard Yellow for the first time, my mind
Yeah.
exploded. I was like,
Great song.
wow.
Great
His
song.
voice cracks in it.
Yeah.
It's so good. He means that shit.
Yeah, that's why it hurt me not to pick that album.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a better album.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked it.
That's good. These are unfortunately not good making fun of you.
Oh no, they're coming.
Okay, I can't wait.
They're
I
coming.
can't wait.
Yeah, in fact, the next 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're gonna totally make fun of.
Well, I'll do 2 layups here.
Yeah.
You know, we already talked about American Beauty, so I can
Yeah, American Beauty.
I can use Terrapin Station.
Station right
you
there.
know, Terrapin Station. It's
Yep.
a 2-sided album that, well, like because it was made for the cassette basically, or you know, it has 2 sides to it. The first side is basically a bunch of songs, estimated profit. I think that's the first song off of it too. I honestly can't even think of the songs on there, but all good stuff. Second song is Terrapin.
Yeah.
It's, you know, broken up into 5 or 6 different songs, but it's all Terrapin.
Yeah.
So it's a great album.
It's the song that made me realize that they were more than just a. The song was somewhat progressive, so I was like, okay, this is more my speed. You know, that they actually went to my level and they weren't totally folky.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's what sold me. I'm like, okay, let me check out some of their folkier stuff. But yeah, that was the song.
Yeah, but seriously, if you've never heard the American Beauty, all day, twice on
Yep.
Sundays, it's just,
Yep.
you know, we didn't talk about the songs on it, but Box of Rain into, I think, Sugar Magnolia
Yeah.
into, oh yeah, you got it. Oh, actually,
Devil,
you've got it.
Do I
okay.
have it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay.
Oh,
Box of
I
Rain.
didn't print it out.
Oh, you didn't, bummer,
No,
because
'cause
I want to see if I can do it from memory.
I added 0 hour. No, I'll be able to do it.
That's funny. So Box of Rain is 100% the first song. And then Second one, okay, I'll go with it. I'll go with it, Friend of the Devil instead of Sugar Magnolia. Third one is going to go into Candyman. And then it's going to go into Operator.
That sounds right.
Then we're going to go into... Shit. Broken Down Palace.
So you said 3 was Sugar Magnolia?
Right? Oh, I didn't actually. Sugar Magnolia is in there. So, okay, so it's Box of Rain, Friend of the Devil, Sugar Magnolia, Candyman. No, what is it?
Operator.
And then Candyman?
Yep.
Okay. Then, what did I say? Broken Down Palace?
No, one song before that.
One song before Broken Down Palace. How about, it's not Till the Morning Comes, is it?
That's after Broken Down Palace.
Okay, so it's not Addicts in My Life, is it?
That's after.
Okay.
Go.
God, what am I missing? Hold on.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure you're able to name this song. It's an odd title.
It's not Ripple.
It is Ripple.
Okay, it's Ripple.
It's Ripple. Odd title, Ripple. To me, Ripple's like alcohol. You know, like I'm gonna drink some Ripples tonight. You know, it's like it's alcohol wrapped in a brown paper bag.
Ripple's one of the Dead songs that I will usually skip. And Ripple is amazing. I've heard it about 1 trillion times, and don't get me wrong, I've probably heard Althea that many times, and I need to hear it that many more. But it's nothing wrong with Ripple. I've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
So we made it all the way down to after Ripple it was Till the Morning Come, Addicts in My Life.
Broke down before.
Oh, Broken Down. Okay.
So Ripple broke.
I'll let you read it. Go for it.
Ripple broke down to Morning Comes.
Till the Morning Comes. Playing in the Band.
No, Addicts of My Life.
Addicts in My Life. Okay.
And then number 10.
Playing in the Band.
Trucking.
Oh, Trucking. Okay, Playing in the Band. It's not even on that one.
Yeah, it's not even
on. See, it's confusing for me because I had Working Man's Dead and American Beauty on one tape. It was a discount.
Yeah. Was that line from Truckin'? It's been a long...
What a long, strange trip it's been.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Actually, Broken Down Palace has a line, too, that everybody likes, which is Mama, Mama, many worlds I've known since I first left home. But, American Beauty. It's just amazing.
I like it, and I wouldn't say I'm a diehard Deadhead like you, but...
I was going to say, am I diehard Deadhead?
I would say, I mean, you have a lot of live albums.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think you are, and you have, Terrapin as a shirt. I mean, you're just close. You just need a tattoo, and you'd be definitely a Deadhead.
I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah. But I actually thought it would be a nice tattoo. I was thinking about the album cover. I was looking at the album cover, Beauty at the Rose. Now that'd be an interesting tattoo.
Of what?
Of the cover of American Beauty is a
picture of a rose. Yeah.
I'm like, just the rose itself might be a cool tattoo if you do exactly like the cover.
Yep, that is cool.
But not for me. I'm not a Deadhead. I'm a Rush head.
Oh, I know what I'm going to get. It's just ridiculous.
I have to get a Naked Man. It's just weird.
But, I'm still skeeved down about getting tattoos, and I'm sorry any tattoo artists that are out there. I know you're just trying to make a living, but, man, generally, you're breaking one of my rules right off the rip, because I've got a strict keep the blood on the inside rule that I try to adhere to.
Yep.
It's a good rule. But, second, pandemic and needles.
Yeah, seems like it doesn't go together.
It just, I don't know. It just strikes me as bad
I'm just hoping
business.
if anything happens to me, it's near the end of my life anyway, so, I wouldn't care.
That's a spirit. Yeah.
That's a spirit.
That's great.
Getting old.
Anyway.
I'm like 12 years from retiring.
That's awesome. I'm 15 years, give or take.
Oh, I think Charlie's wants to retire early. She's trying.
Good on you, man. Anywho.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Who's next? But what's your next song?
The Who is just fantastic.
But what's your next album?
Exactly. But who's on first?
Who's on first?
The Who is just one of my favorite bands, period.
Yeah, see, I can't make fun of that because The Who is one of the greatest bands ever. So
they really are.
You can't really make fun of them.
This is what I'd call a fall album.
Yeah.
It's perfect for fall. It's got the right mix of great and up and get 'em mixed with the melancholy edge to it. It's like good. It's getting colder at night. So, I mean, it's just Bob O'Reilly, Into Bargain, Into Love Ain't for Keeping. My Wife, The Song Is Over, which blows my mind. Getting in Tune is just unfreaking believable. One of my favorites of all time, Going Mobile. Or Going Mobile. Behind Blue Eyes. And
that's
then
a good song.
Closing with Won't Get Fooled Again. I mean, every one of them, they're just like, yeah, we're the Who.
Yeah.
Boom.
I still think Squeeze Box is one of my favorite songs.
Nichols hates it, drives her crazy.
I love that song. Mama's got a squeeze box.
I don't get it because she's playing all night.
Yeah, all night.
And the music's all right. It's great.
I love that song.
Yeah, I don't know what's so bad about it.
Yeah.
Nichols literally will go to great lengths to make sure I never hear any of Rain Over Me.
That's a great one because
I'll just sing it.
You
I'll
just
just
start,
sing
"Rain!"
Love, rain on me, rain on me. I'll just do that for a weekend.
Yeah.
And the minute my mind goes idle, that'll just bust out. And she'll go to great lengths to make sure I never hear it again.
They were like, in their early 20s or whatever when they did those songs. I'm like, that's just genius for that age level.
I saw a video of them with one of their first shows, and they're literally in the corner of some room, like this size room.
Yeah.
And they're all like 16 years old maybe, and they bust out My Generation. And I'm like, oh my God.
And that's a song of the generation then, you know?
And it just blew my mind. But, I mean, talent.
Yeah, so no, I can't knock The Who because I love The Who.
I'm looking mine up, by the way. I'm cheating, so that way I know song list. But what do we got? So, all right.
So
I just did two.
Embarrassment shall commence.
I can't wait. I don't think I have anything particularly embarrassing, or I just don't give a shit and I'm not embarrassed.
Oh, okay. So this was the first album of this band. So unfortunately, they peaked.
I hope it's Art Garfunkel. Be Art Garfunkel.
Art Garfunkel.
Scissor Cuts by Art Garfunkel. No.
So they peaked, and there was one song that was overplayed on the radio at the time. What was this 1994?
Collective Soul then.
Yep.
Okay.
Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid.
Okay. That was their debut album or no?
There's their debut album.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually released an album after this just called Collective Soul. That's a misnomer. That wasn't their debut album.
I got you.
So this is the first one. This was their sample tape they gave out.
Okay.
Which they peaked.
Nice.
They peaked. They have some great other songs, but they peaked. I mean, this album has obviously Shine, Sister Don't Cry, Heaven's Already Here, Breathe, Scream, Burning Bridges. I mean, it's great. And they have the song called Pretty Donna, all instrumental.
Okay.
Not like guitar instrumental, like classical instrumental.
Okay, nice.
Just the middle of the album, I'm like, who does this?
Yeah.
And I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was a great album, and I can listen to this cover to cover. And I even listen to Shine now because it's been many years since it was overplayed on the radio.
Yep.
So I do like it. It was way too good for them, and they never did have. December was close when that almost got the same popularity. I've seen these guys in concert, and unfortunately they sucked because they're old now.
Oh, okay.
But Hints, Allegation Left Unsaid. I love that album.
Now.
They're old now.
Great.
They're old now. So I really, really am a big fan.
Yeah, I knew that. You were a big fan of Collective Soul.
Yeah.
I've got nothing against them. They're talented. I don't listen to them. They're to me, they're like a Black Crowes.
Yeah.
I love the Black Crowes. I think they're very talented. I barely listen to them.
They're like a southern band, from Alabama, I think, or Mississippi. I forget where they're from, and they just play just rock and roll. But they have a lot of sound, so they have to do a lot. They have like 3 guitarists.
Okay,
bass player. They're a big band.
I like that. I like a big band, though.
Yeah, they're actually quite a bit. That's why their sounds layered when you listen to it, because they actually have the ability to layer it live like that.
Yeah.
And it's like a couple brothers too. The lead singer and one of the guitarists, I think, is their brothers, and they kind of looked alike too.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. Here's one I will be shocked if you don't make fun of me. Band. This band also peaked with one album, and the rest of the albums kind of sucked a little, even though there's a couple songs on them.
Come on, be Vanilla Ice.
Creed. My Own Prison.
Oh. Yeah, no, they never peaked.
Yeah, no, My Own Prison was a great, great album. Great. And it's got Torn. It's got My Own Prison. It's got One. It's got Sister. What's This Life For? Cover to cover. Great album. No matter what you think of the lead singer. Great album. I'm not. And the wife said this is her favorite concert she's ever been to and most energetic when I took her to see Creed.
What am I supposed to have against the lead singer? That he represents the Lollipop Guild or what?
No. Some people don't like him because one, he's a jerk.
Okay.
And they're all from Florida.
Okay.
I know too much about these bands.
Apparently.
And he was.
Yeah, I know nothing about
anybody. He became
anybody.
overly religious, and a lot of the songs have a religious overtone to them.
Oh, okay.
And even though the rest of the band wasn't religious, he was. So you can hear the band, sing a lot about religion, like one. Well, I take from one to give to another.
So, I don't know the lyrics to Creed songs, I'm pleased to say.
Yeah. I like Creed. So is a band that I will listen to alone in my car, and no one makes fun of me for it. That's my guilty pleasure.
I have to disagree, though.
Yeah.
Just because
They're
you're
great
alone doesn't mean we're not making fun of you
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But, exactly. Creed sucks. They're horrible. But if that's your jam, you rock out to it, brother. That's my point.
Yeah.
Well, I put one here that is most people probably wouldn't agree with it, but it's a great fucking album, and I love it. Actung Baby. You too.
Yeah.
Just great album.
That also has a song on there called One.
It does. That's a better one. And I didn't. I realized I looked up the wrong album. But it was a great. That whole album has a vibe to it. It's meant to be listened to.
Yeah.
Soup to Nuts.
Soup to Nuts. Yeah.
But One was probably the biggest hit. Even better than the Real Things on there. Until the End of the World.
Yep. Good song.
Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses? The Fly. Mysterious Ways. There's so many good songs. Trying to Throw Your Arms Around the World is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Acrobat is good, and Love Is Blindness is what they close on.
Yeah,
and
the
that
end is
song is
kind of this depressing.
so good, though.
Yeah.
So
Love
good.
Is Blindness. I cannot see. Is they say that?
It's like a spy movie almost. Like I can almost see it playing out in my head. It's such a good album. Now that I'm trying to, I can't think of the words right now because it's just a bunch of crap playing through my head. But it's a soup to nuts. Not everybody would agree, and I get that. But like I said, U2 is talented, so
that was peak
they're worth a
U2.
listen. Yeah.
And I do celebrate. And we went through all their albums one time on the show about how awesome they
Talking
are.
about U2, and
Yep,
I'd always said Actung Baby would make my list, and it does.
Yep.
It's honestly American Beauty, Who's Next, and Actung Baby may make my list of top 10 ever of all time kind of thing.
Yep.
Along with this one, by the way, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Deja Vu, just boom. Carry On, Teach Your Children. My personal favorite, ironically, Almost Cut My Hair, Helpless, Woodstock, Deja Vu, Our House, 4 and 20. It's just, then there's a couple more, but I mean, it's.
I think the only one I'm really familiar with
CSNY.
is Teach Your Children.
I got to think you would probably know a lot of these.
And maybe I do. I just don't know the title.
Just not exactly.
Because I know Teach Your Children well. It's probably a pretty popular song.
I think everyone knows Our House. I think everyone knows Woodstock, whether or not they know it. I wish we could play music on this show, but we can't. But seriously, if you don't know CSNY, Deja Vu, seriously, it's a great
that includes Young.
album. Yeah, it's got Neil Young on there. Yep.
Nice.
Helpless, it's all about Neil Young. Yep.
So here's one you already told me you disagree with.
It can't be worse than Creed. I'm willing to bet I like it more than Creed.
Live at Radio City with Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds.
I won my bet. I absolutely like it more than Creed. I just told you were wrong because since we're going there, Dave and Tim at Luther College all day long.
Yeah, but I did like this. Oh, you know why? Because the Luther College, I have the album, but this one I actually do have on Blu-ray. So watching it and watching them play is why I like this album so much, because just something about watching them play is awesome too.
Okay, yeah. Tim Reynolds is something.
So I find this cool, and because I get to watch these guys play. But yeah, it's got everything in it. I mean, Gravedigger. He's got some great songs on here. But it doesn't matter which batch, in my opinion, of Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that's Dave and Tim still, right?
Yeah,
that's
still
not
Dave and
D&B.
Tim. Yeah. But I'm just saying, no matter what song you hit here, eventually you can find a song that bring tear to your eyes. I'm just saying, there's a song here that'll bring tear to your eyes.
That's great.
Somewhere in here. You know, it's a double album. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, same with I'm not even going to. The thing about Dave is you can't even. Just looking at Luther College, it's not even worth reading his hits off of it. They're all pretty much hits. It's a fantastic album, and I love DMB, I really do. But that was before I heard Dave and Tim.
Dave and Tim, that's you hooked me on it, and I can't listen to Dave Matthews.
There's only
I have to listen
songs.
to the pair of these guys.
I agree. Everything is better with Dave and Tim, with the exception of like Pig. You can't do Pig without the violin, so you need DMB. But I'm sorry, guys. I know you're all talented and all, but hopefully you all made your money because Dave and Tim are next level, man. That is so good.
My next one is a gentleman who, in my opinion, as much as I love the guy, I love him so much, but I don't think he makes a lot of good albums. He makes a lot of good songs, but not a lot of great albums, except for once, where he made a great album cover to cover.
Okay.
It's called The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the
Okay.
Spiders from Mars by David Bowie.
Yep.
That thing, believe it or not, has 16 tracks on there.
Wow.
Not one bad song.
Yeah, I believe it.
It is really interesting. I mean, it's Starman. I mean, Lady Stardust, Ziggy Stardust, Hang On to Yourself, Surfeit City,
Oh, I love
Rock
that.
and Roll Suicide, John, I'm Only Dancing. Then it ends up with Ziggy Stardust and Lady Stardust. I mean, they're all good, great, genius songs.
Fully agree.
Every last one of them.
Bowie's one of those I don't listen to enough of.
Yeah.
I know you have. I haven't
I
listened
listen
to
a lot
enough
of Bowie, but I've listened to his other albums, and he has great songs on the albums. But there's some songs that are just like he's an artist, so
Yeah.
some of the songs are just out there, and
Yeah.
I have trouble listening to it, And you can only listen to China Girl so much,
Yeah.
But he has some great tunes. But this was
I'm a
him.
giant fan of Young American for some reason.
Young American, that's great. Yeah. Let's see. I forget the name of the song. Is There a Life on Mars?
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I think was it
Yes.
Nirvana?
We've answered that.
Yeah, Nirvana covered it. Didn't they? Did Nirvana cover it? Is
No,
There a Life
they
on Mars?
did. They covered Man Who Sold the World.
Oh man! Oh, another
Another
Bowie
great
song.
one,
That's
yeah.
a Bowie song, and
Yeah.
the way he sings it. And I saw a weird female singer I never heard of from like the Scandinavia on the Howard Stern show cover "Life on Mars," and she sang it in a totally different way than that. It was almost like
Okay.
Sinead O'Connor sings that version of the song. It's really worth watching to check it out.
Okay.
I like watching Howard Stern do all the musicians that come in because I think he actually is a better interviewer than he used to be, in my opinion.
I used to listen to Stern every day. It's just then life gets in the way. You got to
life
work.
gets in the way. But I do recommend looking up Life on Mars and on Howard Stern and see if you can find this female singer. I don't know
Okay.
who she is, but she makes the song even somehow sadder than it was.
Okay.
She did pull the full Sinead O'Connor.
And you love it.
I love it. I still like the David Bowie version better, but it was cool to see someone else's take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Sinead was just in the papers again for being bad shit, but
Yeah, and she looks back shit now.
nothing compares.
Nothing compares. Oh,
I mean, seriously though, she did nail that. I mean, that was just like bravo.
yeah, I've seen people watch that video as like reaction that never saw it when it first came out. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this person looks like their heart is actually literally tearing out in front of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Yep. Tragic. It's good
yeah,
stuff.
It's like tragic songs.
Yep. That's
Your-
great.
Your turn.
All right. I feel like I went with one because of Dave and Tim there. That was both of ours. But
Yeah, but I did Radio City, and I think you like a different one.
I like Luther College.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Luther
So
College,
Luther
yeah.
College, if you're going for Dave and Tim, that's my pick. But
Radio City.
you can't go wrong, really, except if you pick Radio City.
Yeah, Radio City is a great one.
They're both good. I like Radio City too.
Yeah.
It's just I think
Yeah.
Luther for me Luther College is the better mix.
Yeah.
Anywho, okay. Well, I'll try to put love this album. August and Everything After. Counting Crows.
Oh,
Just awesome album. I mean, I like melancholy shit. You know, the age-old question: do I listen to sad music because I'm sad, or am I sad because I listen to sad music? Who knows?
Who knows?
But it starts with Round Here into Omaha, Mr. Jones, Perfect Blue Buildings, Anna Begins, which crushes me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first 5 songs, and if you haven't killed yourself by now, well, don't worry, they've got 6 more.
6 more depressing. Yeah.
And I mean, it's just unbelievable good stuff.
Round here. Yeah.
I've listened to, big fan of Counting Crows in general, but that was their opus to me. That was their front to back.
Yeah.
There are a few other albums of theirs that I can listen to because they're one of those bands. They're not like they're offensive, It's not like they're playing a death metal song all of a sudden. So even when you're like, this song kind of sucks, it's easy to ignore it.
Yeah.
For example, Don't Like Minarets by DMB. Never have, never will. It's just a crappy song. But you can ignore it. It's DMB. But yeah, great album. The other one, though, is just, this one was tough because what do you pick? But I went with Exodus for Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah. So what's on that? I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
his
we're going
albums.
to pull that up. See, that's the thing. I had trouble because I'm a really big fan of a young Bob Marley with the Wailers, but I'm also a really big fan of I3, which are the girl backup singers, and I'm just a big fan of Marley.
Yeah, I did say that last episode. I need to start listening to some more Bob Marley because
It's good for you.
he has really good lyrics.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of wisdom in Bob. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. No, that's not right either. This is, okay, it's displaying the songs just in the weirdest way possible. Well, Exodus, obviously, Exodus is a great song, and it's seriously got like 10 words to it, it seems. It's the movement of Ja people. And it plays for like 90 minutes. It's a long song, and it's just fantastic. Turn Your Lights Down Low. Great. Natural Mystic. Holy shit, that's good. I'm not even reading all of them. I'm just reading the ones that you might know. Three Little Birds is probably one of his most popular. Jammin' is on there.
Oh, I know Jammin'. Jamon.
This is so much things to say, but I'll be honest. I thought that was Uprising. Waiting in Vain. One Love. Not certain this is showing me the right thing here, actually. But like I said, you got to listen to Bob, folks.
Yeah,
Bob is good. Bob is wise. But yeah, Turn Your Lights Down Low, I said. Yep, Waiting in Vain. I mean, all good Bob Marley stuff. And Marley is just, like I said, a lot of good words there, a lot of wisdom in those words. And just, it got me out of depression, I'm telling you. I listened to a lot of Bob for a very long time, and it helped. It helped because he is wise, and well, just get over yourself. You know, know the road is rocky, but it sure feels good to me. You know, just to give an example of how Bob is wise.
He's wise.
So yeah, if I had to pick a Bob album, I went with Exodus this time. Not to say this time, because if we did the same thing next episode, I'd probably pick a different album.
Yeah. Well. You haven't gone far enough to say you...
That's good. That's good. I see where you're going, Nathaniel Ratliff. I'm with you.
He was wise, too. Yep.
Good on you. So what do you got, buddy?
All right, so this one you won't like, but I love it. In fact, this band, I love many of their albums, and I listen to many cover to cover. The album's called Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. It's a band called Dream Theater, which I've seen them live like 3 times.
Okay.
Charlize didn't hate them when I took her to see
them.
them
Well, not for nothing. For the record, I don't like Dream Theater. I've given them a listen. It's just not my cup of tea. But not for nothing. Yeah. They're all fucking Juilliard trained musicians. Yeah. These are the real deal. Like I fully salute them, for the record.
It's one thing to listen to their albums. It's another to watch them live because
I believe that.
Because it's rare when you usually see a bass guitarist like keeping up the beat, and you see the guitarist playing the lead, and you see the keyboard playing some background melody. No, these guys play super fast. Like they don't play Flight of the Bumblebee; they play Flight of the Mosquito. Nice. That's a real song by them. They play it so fast and so in sync. All 3 of them, even the bass player, are going that fast, and the drummer, crazy. All that fast.
Yeah,
and they're just I don't know. They spend too much time together. They're too in synchronous, but their songs are enjoyable. And this one I like a lot because this tells a story. And it starts with regressing to a past life. So that's how the album starts. And it goes to like the Roaring 20s. The whole album is about the Roaring 20s. And it's a beautiful, like, everything good about this thing. Let's see, Through Her Eyes. This is great. It talks a lot about death and stuff. So it's like, it does.
It's a happy album.
Yeah, I know it's a happy album. It's not really a happy album because it's about a murder that happened that he experienced in his past life. So you're trying to figure out whether he's the murderer or was he the woman who got murdered.
Yeah.
So that's the mystery, trying to figure out while you're listening to songs. So it's a very interesting album, fun to listen to. It does. Dream Theater is known for very, very loud, very fast, and this is one of their slower albums.
Okay.
They take it a little bit slower. But the lyrics are just so like interesting. It's like I used to not believe there was life after death, and it has a lot of that stuff in there. It's like this whole thing of hopefulness that I'm not scared anymore. Yeah. So that's what I like about this album. I find it very uplifting. It has some depressing parts in it, but it's very uplifting because there is a murder in it.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
When I hear this album, I'm like, I want to believe so much because this album is about reincarnation. That's what this is.
Well, that's what it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, this is a reincarnation album, and it's a beautiful album, well done. And I have a live DVD version of it as well that is just genius to watch. And I could listen to this album all the time. I mean, all the time.
Well, that doesn't answer the question, though.
Yeah.
Do you believe in reincarnation? Are you coming back? Have you come back? Were you the chick that got murdered?
Yeah. Sometimes. I don't know.
Sometimes. That's an interesting answer. Okay. Yeah. Well, this one's fascinating. I think we've talked about it before, but I don't believe in shit.
Yeah.
I'm entirely, it's a fact to me, reincarnation. It doesn't even feel like a belief. Like, I don't think this is my first rodeo. And I doubt for some reason it's my last, but I don't know why to save my life. But
sometimes there's things that happen in my life. I'm like, what are the odds this happened? I'm from Ohio. Yeah. I have no business. you know, like I'm like pulled in certain directions. I feel like in my life, it's like, what are the odds? What are the odds that I'm married to somebody from Albany, New York, and they almost got a job in Cleveland, Ohio, and if she did, we never would have met, so we would have crossed in our 20s.
Yeah.
And never would have met, and she decided to stay here instead. And you know, I'm saying there's so many coincidences in my life. It's like my little circle that I'm super loyal to. I feel like we're like drawn together, and
It was
things
meant
like
to be.
yeah, I know. I hate to say that.
So
it's
you
fate
believe in
involved.
destiny of some kind?
Some kind, yeah. I feel like that the odds were so small. Like they're so small. There's odds as even human life on Earth, and I think it's even less odds that this human life drew me from where I was to where I'm now. Seems crazy. Like that never should have happened.
I don't believe in destiny per se, but again, it's
Yeah.
funny what we do and do not believe.
Yeah,
But like I said, reincarnation, I'll live long day. It's
Yeah.
one of the few things I actually believe in.
I just feel like sometimes I think souls search out for other souls.
I hear what you're saying. I toyed
Yeah.
with the notion that like the people you know in this life are the people you've known in every life,
Yeah.
and you'll know in all the next
Yeah.
ones. And you all play different
Yeah.
roles.
I'm also suggesting that maybe you don't find each other in a lifetime.
It's possible. Yeah, you skip a few times, and then
And
you
then
meet up, and
eventually,
we'll meet
but
up
you
in the
spend your
next one, or the 3 from now.
And the people that are listless and doesn't know what to do with their lives haven't made that connection.
So who's opening all the drawers, turning on the water? Who is it?
I don't
Who
know.
is it?
But it scares the crap out of me, all right?
I'm telling you, man.
It happens to me all the time.
Did I tell you I looked up Albany ghost hunters?
Yeah.
I did. I said, you know what? I would love to actually. My plan was this. I'm not even shitting you.
I would still go there.
I was going to contact them
Yeah.
and see if maybe we could go with them.
I would love to.
And
Yeah.
just go on a
Yeah.
ghost stakeout or whatever it
Yeah.
is you call it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, dude. I just don't believe. Now, people scare the shit right out of me.
You need doubters on those trips.
But the undead, no. I just don't buy it. And if I see that drawer move, I'm telling you, I'm going to be mesmerized.
Well, I also have a new theory that there may not be ghosts, but there might be leftover energy.
Okay.
And it's the energy that is not like consciously saying, hey, let me open this drawer. It's just the energy is still there, and they're still repeating actions that existed when they're alive, but they're not really there existing as a
So they're not
spirit.
responding to you then in your stimuli. They're just kind of going through their day.
Yeah,
Gotcha. It's possible.
that's my theory.
I don't. My theory is, my theory is crazier than all of them, to be honest with you. I believe the human mind's power has only barely been scratched. I think we barely understand what we're capable of.
Yep.
I do believe in mind over matter.
Yep.
How's that? There's a
Yeah.
crazy ass belief.
Oh.
So that's why I've always said, I think if you see a ghost, 2 things. One, if you believe that ghost is there, I believe you see a ghost. I believe that.
Yep.
I also believe there's no fucking ghost there,
I got pictures of it.
but I believe you see it. Do you see my point? I believe your belief is
Yep.
making it real, but that doesn't mean I see it. Doesn't mean it's real to me.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But boy, I was telling you before the show. I think I've told the show. I've got a weird thing for watching ghost videos. I just love the evidence.
Yep.
I watch Nuke's Top 5. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you're into that kind of thing, check out Nuke. The best I've seen, by far. I saw one this week that just had me dying because it's the worst one I've ever seen, I have to say, because it was this ghost that appeared for a couple frames in one area of the scene and a couple frames in the other area of the frame, the scene, and they're like, how did it get from point A to point B? And it's only in seconds, and it's only a few frames that it appeared to begin with.
Yeah.
Now, I used to work in an IT department. I worked the overnight shift, and it had the security camera that covered a lot of rooms, but it was one of those time-lapsed. It cycled between cameras. So our game was learning how to, because once you did cycle, you could literally walk around the building. Like, we used to try it. And then we check the tape to see if we showed up on camera at all.
Yeah.
Because you could do it without ever showing up on camera.
Yeah.
Literally go anywhere you wanted. Not that we're doing anything nefarious. It's just there was nothing to do. It's a boring job. So that's what it looked like to me, though. It looked like somebody, they appeared for a frame or two. And then it just wasn't taking pictures for a while. And then they appeared somewhere else for a frame or two because it was taking pictures again. And yes, everything else in the room is static.
Yeah.
And our mind's just going to think, oh, this is fluid over a couple seconds' time, when in reality, we're looking at a span of hours.
Yeah. That reminds me of the genius movie that was Poltergeist. I don't know if you remember the scene I'm talking about.
I barely remember the movie.
Well, there's a scene in there where the scientists show up when Caroline's already missing, and he goes, have you ever seen anything spooky? And he goes, yes, I had a partner who recorded an incident where a toy truck rolled across the room. The entire incident took 8 hours for it to happen to slowly remove 1 foot. And they looked at me and goes, "Oh yeah," like they're saying that's cute. Then they open the door and everything's like spinning like crazy in the room. It was hilarious seeing them like, "Oh, that's cute. Look at this. This is crazy."
Got you covered.
Yeah, got you covered. That's hilarious. But the funny part is that it took 8 hours for this truck to move across the room. That's probably more realistic than you.
And here's the thing too, just for anybody who's out there that's saying, "Wow, one, it's fun to be creeped out, so I would love to go on one of those adventures." But I'm not saying there's not forces we don't understand at play here. I understand that our understanding is limited, our knowledge is limited. We're not as bright as we think we are.
But by Bill and Ted's. I understand when I do not understand.
Yeah, kind of something like that. But I mean, the point is, PMs call them known unknowns.
Yeah, known unknowns.
Yeah, we know there are things we don't know.
There are known unknowns.
Yeah, exactly. And we prepare for them too, because that's what a PM does. But it's where was I going with all of this? The known unknowns threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, I can't land my plane on this one now. I lost that whole thread. What were we talking about? Jesus.
Believing that it takes an hour for
the stuff moving there. Yeah. So I just thank you. It got me there.
Yeah.
I've seen enough videos of stuff moving where, honestly, some of them you can clearly tell it's not a wire or something because the physics wouldn't work. You would actually appreciate that where you're looking at it, and because
that's every Newtonian physics going on.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, okay, that won't work. And I'll be honest, you look at some of them, and it's not because it's crappy video. It's like I can't explain how that item moved from point A to point B. That's not what I find funny about all these ghost sightings. I find it funny that if my pen suddenly jumps over there, that we just jump to the must be grandma.
Yeah, must be grandma.
Simply gotta be.
Yeah, I know, because you loved flicking pens. Don't you know?
Yeah, just how did we that escalated quickly?
Yeah, that's true. That I don't believe, but yeah.
Like we don't say and wow, that was weird. Electromagnetism works in ways we don't understand. Yeah. Nobody says that. They say grandpa.
Yeah, grandpa. Everyone knows that all the ghosts hang out in Salem, Massachusetts.
That's great. Yeah. Because you got their picture. Right?
Yeah, I got that picture. No, that was in Charleston.
I was going to say that was in South.
South Carolina. Okay, so that's why I like that album.
Okay, so exactly. This is a fun list. This does get us gabbing, though. We need the inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration. So
was that two? I think there was only one, right?
Yeah, there was only one, and I do think that it might be your least hated of the Dream Theater because you're not really into. Oh, you know what's worth
I don't hate
up?
Dream Theater. I just don't listen to them.
Just you should Google "Pull Me Under," as if Bruce Dickinson was the lead singer. That's the coolest thing. So they actually, you don't even like what the heck. It's just a bunch of dudes just playing like "Pull Me Under," which was their only hit during Headbangers Ball. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden somebody sings, and he sounds exactly like Bruce Dickinson singing a Dream Theater song, and it fits.
Oh, that's great.
So if Bruce Dickinson sang for Dream Theater, I don't know. I think they would have been big.
Yeah, just to be clear, though, Dream Theater is a far cry from like an Imagine Dragons. I don't like Imagine Dragons. I think they suck.
Well,
I don't want to hear
talent.
it. That's my point.
Yeah.
Dream Theater is a bunch of talented musicians I have no desire to listen to.
Yeah.
They're distinctly different.
Yeah.
Dream Theater is infinitely better.
Yeah. They are better. They're much better. They got talent. Yeah. They got talent coming out of there. Okay.
So, I don't think I bust your balls for Dream Theater, do I?
No,
I don't need to.
I know you don't like them because I think the lead singer, because it's like he sings like an opera kind of format, it turns a lot of people off.
Well, I want to be clear. I think
Dream
you're
Theater.
infinitely better off listening to Dream Theater than you'll ever be anything Creed ever did. Yeah.
I like Dream Theater's higher on my list than Creed.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
It's better for you.
I really enjoy the skill, and that's why I stopped playing guitar. I stopped playing guitar once I saw John Pertucci play guitar, who's like friends with Steve Vai and all the greats, and they're like, I can't. I own one of his guitars.
Were you playing to become the virtuoso best guitarist ever there was? Is that why?
No. I just want to be halfway decent, and I'm like, why bother?
But see, that's the thing. I think that's the complete wrong interpretation. Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy, even though I'm not good at it. I still enjoy it.
That's what's important because if all you ever did were things you were good at, well, I mean, in my case, I wouldn't have anything to do.
Yeah, but I do own one of John Petrucci's guitars. It's awesome. It's actually
bought one of his guitars.
His branded guitars. He
okay.
put out a brand. Ernie Ball. Ernie Ball, which is the name, is the actual brand, but it's a John Petrucci signature series.
Okay, nice.
And it plays so much better than the crap I used to have. I used to have like a children's, like they had a Fender version that was like for children.
Yeah.
That's what I had before that. Oh, and I had a Jackson. That was terrible guitar.
I got 2 guitars that just will not play themselves.
Yeah, the one I play them. So I would say I'm mediocre. I mean, I know how to play power chords, and I can play Rocky's theme song like nothing.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay, so this one was also tough because he has a lot of great albums, but this album really meant a lot to me. So don't get me wrong, I know this guy has a lot of great songs that it seems sacrilege to pick not one of his early albums from the I don't know, early 70s. So I
Okay.
picked like a freaking I think a 2001 album. So this is gonna be sacrilege to you,
Okay.
but it's one of his best albums he's ever done as a whole.
Wonder who this is.
Elton John.
Oh, okay.
I love him. He's got a great, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. A lot of great single songs, but I can't stand any of his albums as a whole until
Okay.
this album came out called Songs from the West Coast. Great album. Every song is great. This is also the album that brought...
I don't even know what would be on that. That's like after Circle of Life, after
Oh,
Norma
yeah.
Jean.
It's after all that. There's a song in here, many good songs in here, trust me. Emperor's New Clothes, Original Sin.
You
great.
can always trace him back to a
Yeah.
Disney movie after a certain point in his
You
career.
can, he does Disney movies. I Want Love, and again, I can go on. Ballad of Red Shoes, The Train Don't Stop Here Anymore. Great album. But the song is I Want Love. Is probably the only song you may have heard. You may have heard some of the other
I
ones.
don't actually know if I know any of them, to be honest.
But I Want Love is the song that brought Robert Downey Jr. back into the public. Because it is the song is, you got to look up the music video sometime. Because it's Robert Downey Jr. by himself singing this song.
Oh, okay.
lip-syncing
I got you.
to I Want Love.
Yeah.
And is basically being torn and broken and a shell of a person.
Yeah.
Just trying to find love. And it's right before his comeback.
Yep.
Right before
That's
Iron
perfect.
Man. So he was like, he was famous for all the cocaine days and all this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
Less Than Zero.
he was
Yeah.
high during the whole Chaplin movie and stuff like that. And he was just like, you couldn't even insure this guy anymore for movies. And he was at his lowest point. Then Elton John said, hey, can you do this music video for me?
Nice.
And it made the album awesome. It made the song awesome. And you just fell in love with Robert Downey Jr. again when you watch this video. You just love it. You're like, I want to root for this guy.
Well, not for
I wanna
nothing.
root
Robert
for
Downey
him.
Jr. doesn't act save his fucking life.
No,
It's just
no.
he plays the shit out of
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. and
He
turns
does.
out we love that.
Yeah, I love myself Robert Downey Jr.
Elton John's one of those. He's like a Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Salute. Yes,
Yeah.
me personally, my money. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
the earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road,
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
Tony Danza. I mean, Tiny Dancer.
Yeah, not for nothing. It's still a great song, and
Great
yes, we
song.
all think of the plane crash, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's great seeing Almost Famous.
Yeah, Almost Famous is where I heard the first song the first time. Okay, it's not true.
Oh my God.
Just
Gonna
kidding.
kill myself right on the show.
No, but it's almost believable.
But he's one of those I'm never going to be a
I'm
huge.
still standing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm never going to be a huge. I'm listening to Elton John
Yeah.
fan, but
Yeah.
at the same token, it's Elton fucking John.
Yeah. But this doesn't sound like his old songs. This is like he turned a page where it's more of an older Elton John singing, reminiscing.
Okay.
So I really enjoy listening to this album because it's not like, hey, I'm still standing, and there's none of that here.
Yeah.
It's like this train don't stop there anymore.
Yeah.
It just you can feel it's like loss and heartbreak through this whole album.
Yeah.
It's
You and me,
good.
man, we're fucking.
I know we're depressed.
So glad we started a show, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I know.
Wanted to share all this.
But if you're gonna listen to album from cover to cover from Elton John, and some of the other
Yeah,
stuff
that's
can
your
be,
pick. That's interesting.
yeah, because a lot of stuff I do like it, but it's a little on the cheese side. Some of his older stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that I don't like it. I love the stuff, but then
for the record, I think
yeah.
all of Elton John falls into the cheese category
he's
squarely.
he's kind of cheesy, but this is less cheese than usual.
Yeah.
This is Colby.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are different layers of it. Though.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I don't think nobody's like hardcore rocking out to Elton John.
Yeah, I do like Elton John. Though. I've always liked Elton
I think
John.
I've talked about this on the
Yeah.
show too. But boy, my friend had a sister who he's saying, "Oh, she's blaring her Phil Collins again," and then we left his house and you could hear it like
Yeah.
2 houses away. You
Yeah.
could hear her playing. I'm like, seriously, somebody plays Phil Collins that loud?
Gotta hear some Phil Collins.
Just crank it up, man. Is that Phil Collins?
Crank it up. Oh, that's a coincidence. Next one.
Okay, so Elton John, good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, so Elton John. So I did two just then.
All right, so I'll cheat. Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack.
It's a musical.
Does that count though? It is
No,
an
it
album.
It
I
is
don't
an
know.
album.
I didn't know if I should include it or not, but I
Yeah.
do like it soup to nuts. I
Yeah.
mean, everything from
Yeah.
The Lips and Damn It Janet to
Janet.
You're a Hot Dog.
Yeah,
it's
Time
good
Warp.
stuff.
Yeah, Time Warp is the only title I know. Oh, and the
Oh, there's a
what was
light.
the Meatloaf song
where
he's frozen? I forget.
Yeah, so many good songs.
Yeah.
Boy, whatever happened to Saturday night? Oh, I can think of the opening.
Yeah.
Boy, it's Hot Patootie.
Hot Patootie.
Bless my soul.
God.
I really love that rock
Yeah,
and roll.
and we have Sean and I have seen the Rock and Roll Picture Show.
Yeah.
The where they on downtown Albany in the Palace Theater where they kind of
Yeah.
performed it in front of the movie and
You get to participate. It's
they
fun.
give us stuff to participate at the right time and I dressed up as Meatloaf.
You did. You
I
dressed
did.
up as Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie.
So that was great.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good show.
That's great. So I picked that because seriously, if you get the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you're gonna love it. It's just awesome. And Tim Curry, I mean, Jesus, what a talent! What a fucking talent!
I love him. Everything he did.
I do too.
Yeah, he killed it in Home Alone.
Absolutely,
Too.
it's great. I don't know if I've ever. Yeah, this will break your heart. I don't know if I've actually seen one of those in totality. I've seen clips. I get the gist.
The Home Alone.
Bad Parents.
I have to tell you, Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1, even though people celebrate the first one more.
You like
'cause
Trump in it?
Trump, he was
was
pretty
kidding.
good in the movie, but Tim Curry was awesome as the hotel clerk,
Concierge,
yeah,
or, yeah.
concierge. Yeah, he was hilarious in it. I just love him.
Tim Curry's
He made the
amazing.
movie.
Amazing.
It was him.
All right, so nothing like going from Rocky Horror Show
Yeah.
to
Death metal.
an album called Walk Among Us by the Misfits.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. The first Misfits album I had.
Yep.
Danzig was a singer, basically. And I mean, I'm talking hit
Mother.
after hit
Oh,
after hit. Skulls was the first Misfits song I heard. And
Oh.
that was the one where the line is, I like to cut the heads off little girls and put them on my wall. And I literally stopped in my tracks.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
what
This is,
did he
yeah.
just say?
And how come parents aren't complaining about this?
Like, how? You can't say that.
Yeah.
But he did.
But
And he put it on an
you
album.
did. Yeah.
20 Eyes. And I want to be very, very, very clear about this. There's actually multiple versions of this because the Misfits, this was their first album. And as the legend goes, I never validated any of this information, but they had enough studio time for an hour. And this album weighs in at like 54 minutes or something, or maybe even 45. So that means they were pretty much going in there, laying it down. Yep, that's perfect. On to the next. It sounds like they're playing in a well in somebody's garage. Sounds like complete shit, and it's meant to. It has to. They've done remastered since then, and they should be burned and just put in a hole and never seen again. It's just wrong.
Sometimes the raw sound is what makes an album.
Nobody was listening to the Misfits for their musical talent.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
They're not Dream Theater.
They were not. They were definitely, and to this day, are not Dream Theater.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they busted out 20 Eyes. I Turned Into a Martian. All Hell Breaks Loose. Vampira, Nike Go Go. Which is fucking awesome. Literally every one of these songs is great. Hate Breeders. Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight? I mean, what more could you want? Night of the Living Dead, Skulls, Violent World, Devil's Whorehouse, my personal favorite, Astro Zombies, and they closed the deal with Brain Eaters. And it is fantastic. If any one of those titles offended you, need I say, don't bother.
Yeah.
You're not going to like the experience.
Yeah.
But that said, Misfits are they're something, man. They're definitely they're B-movie music. That's their whole shtick is they grew up with these horrible, poorly acted, very over-the-top B movies, and they wanted to make the musical equivalent, and they did, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Like the Toxic Avenger. Great flicks.
Yeah, and that's kind of they're the musical equivalent of that.
Yeah. And I did watch a lot of B movies when I was a kid, so it sounds like my speed.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't take them at their word. Danzig. Has anybody seen Danzig? He's a little man. He can't cut the heads off little girls. He can't reach. He's a very short guy.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's not gonna.
Mad.
Yeah, it's just shtick for the entertainment purposes.
Gotcha.
But anyway, all right. 2 more from you, buddy.
All right. So this band is, I don't think it's going to be a surprise because I saw this live by a cover band because I'm too young, believe it or not, to see them when they originally came around. A band called Genesis.
Okay.
And the only album that's worth listening cover to cover from beginning to end, that's not true. There's a couple other. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, I think, is a close second, but Selling England by the Pound.
Okay.
Because I think that there's two distinct eras of Genesis. There's pre and post Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
And this was Peter Gabriel's opus, and they went I saw this on Proctor's Theater, and they went and interviewed the actual singers, the actual band, and it's got clips of what because this album is one thing. The live shows were live shows.
Yeah.
There was talking between each song, acting, and it was an experience.
Okay.
And it was, so when I listen to the album, I just think back to that time. I'm like, man, that was such an experience. But I'm telling you, the album was great. Peter Gabriel, genius.
Absolutely.
I mean, it starts with Dancing with the Moonlight, but my favorite song, I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe. Great song.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I just think Peter Gabriel was out there,
Yep.
and this sounds like Peter Gabriel. You can see the genius that was forming before he went a solo career, and you can hear it when you listen to his album. You can see, because this was like one of the last Peter Gabriel albums.
Yep.
And you can hear the genius growing, and you're like, he's about ready to do Sledgehammer soon.
Yeah.
You can hear it in this.
And I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great. It took me.
Yeah.
I fucking love Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Worst
Yeah.
song on the album.
Yeah.
Hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Genius. So I highly recommend Selling England by the Pound, which is a great play on words because they're British and pound.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's great. So great album, cover to cover, really interesting. The Battle of Epping Forest. Oh, there's so many good songs. The Cinema Show, Isle of Plenty. Just the lyricism. Yeah. So Phil Collins. Yes, there's some Phil Collins songs that I like.
Yeah.
But I don't love them like I do Peter Gabriel songs.
Yeah, I have nothing against Phil Collins. I do
Yeah.
make fun of him because
Yeah.
I'm like that, but
Next one. Now this one, you may make fun of it because it's a new album by this band.
I love it.
They're called Green Day.
Really, Green Day made your list.
It made my list, and I was single when this album came out.
Dookie.
American Idiot.
Okay.
So I was single, recently divorced, and this album is what got me through it.
Okay.
I don't know why. There's Jesus Suburbia, American Idiot, but then Holiday, which flows right up because the track is made to be listened to one together because the tracks actually flow into each other when you listen to it.
Okay.
But Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams kind of like go into each other really well. They sound very similar, and the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, man, that really hit me when I was single. I was like, man, this was like my depression album. So I listened to this cover to cover, but it has some interesting songs in there it's really kind of depressing. Wake Me Up When September Ends. There's
Nice.
Because his father died when he was young.
Okay.
So it's very, it has some depressing parts to it. Which
Sure.
A theme with me, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but this.
You're a melancholy dude.
Yeah. So this American Idiot, and I don't know if you remember the story, is that they went to the studio, they recorded an album in its entirety, then the tapes disappeared.
Oh,
To this
really?
day, they don't know where they are.
Okay.
And instead of giving up, they went to the studio and recorded this.
Okay.
And this is what they had no idea what songs there. They didn't even try to reassemble them. They're like, I guess we'll record something else.
Nice.
And that's where American Idiot came
Good
from.
on them.
Yeah. And now it's a Broadway play now, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I love the album.
Well, not for nothing. They're one of those bands I always give shout outs to, whether I like them or not. They took like 2 or 3 chords and made it work.
They did, and it's sad that I would say about 3 or 4 of their biggest hits in the mid '90s were all about masturbation.
Yeah.
So I give them props for that.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh. Sorry. It's a Kevin joke.
Yeah, it is a Kevin joke. But yeah, I like all of Green. I actually do celebrate all of Green Day. Even the early
I don't
stuff, too.
completely hate them, but I'll never be like, yeah, let's rock out to
Yeah.
Green Day.
Yeah, I do like Green Day. It's my era, because it's during the '90s when they were really popular.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
And that's when I was going to college, and that was college radio,
Yep.
and Green Day.
Yeah.
The early days, and I like their newer stuff, the American Idiot stuff.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I give them props. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yep.
All right. So was that 2?
That was 2. That was that's something else. I'm cheating. I did Genesis.
No, that's right.
Selling
Okay.
England by the Pound, and American Idiot.
All right. Well, next one for me is I'm going with Rage Against the Cheese.
Rage Against the Cheese.
Rage Against the Machine, their first album.
Can't remember the name of.
I just think he should pay me royalties for that.
Yeah.
I was saying, fuck
Yeah.
you, I won't do what you tell me
Don't
long
you tell
before
me.
he thought
Yeah,
about
I
it.
know. He
I
said
was
how
even
you're feeling.
stomping around like he was being a maniac. You know,
Yeah.
I was doing I was
Yeah.
doing that bit long before you were, Zach. But I mean, just that album was something special.
Yeah.
Everything about it spoke to me.
Yeah.
The cover is a Buddhist monk self-immolating because in protest, setting himself on fire.
Yeah,
Because
true.
it's just, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to set myself on fire, but
Yeah.
what a loud message. Like, this world is completely fucked up and it doesn't need to be this way, and you're all fucking crazy.
Yeah. Fortunately, it didn't help.
It didn't help, but I get the message and the symbolism, and that's basically what this album is. This album is like, educate yourself, wake up, like, just look around. This is not cool. And Rage Against the Machine is it's no picnic in the sense that, or it's no joke in the sense that they're not mildly upset with the machine.
Yeah.
We're displeased with the way the machine has been. I mean, and that's what makes Zach so special, and especially that first album. It's so raw, and when you listen to it, I mean, when you listen to Freedom for the first time, and yes, it's dated. He's referencing things called floppy disks and such. But there is no question. That dude is fucking pissed. And that's what makes them so special. But songs like Bomb Track, Killing in the Name of, Take the Power Back, I mean, Bullet in Your Head, Know Your Enemy. Know Your Enemy is one of my favorites. Wake Up is literally a song. It's what they use at the end of Matrix.
Oh,
Wake Up.
That's what that is. Yeah. Wake up, Neo. Wake up.
And they do great. Their music is so great in movies. I think Natural Born Killer's Bomb Track. It's Woody Harrelson throws the elbow and they kick in with Bomb Track right then, and it's just such a great use of music. But other songs, Fistful of Steel, Township Rebellion, and It Ends in Freedom. It is just soup to nuts. It is wonderful. And I remember when I first heard that song, it was on MTV, and my wife Mick was with me, and it comes on, and you hear this maniac screaming, and I mean just blood-curdling, screaming. He's so fucking angry. And I hear it, and I'm absorbing it, and my brain is lighting up like a Christmas tree, and Mick turns to me, and she's like, no, please. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yep, sorry, this is great. I'm entirely buying that album.
Yes.
So good. So good.
That's awesome.
If you're not a fan of heavy music, you will not like them. He's not kidding. I don't mean mildly upset with the machine.
Yeah.
I do not mean that.
Yeah. This is our generation's version of my generation.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, he is pissed.
Yep.
And I mean, he wants you to know it. And I think that's what makes it so special. So, all right, for number 2, I'll go with, actually, you know what? Okay, I typed it in already. I'll go with Weezer. I'll go with the Blue Album. Why? Because I'm old. And that's what you do, is you go with the Blue Album. And I'm going to pull it up. But Weezer's one of those bands. They're just good. What they do is good. But let's pull up the song list. I'm pretty confident, front to back. Yeah, My Name is Jonas is the lead. Buddy Holly, everyone knew. Undone is the sweater song. I mean, just fantastic stuff. Saying Ain't So, that actually got some airplay. That was great. Holiday is a great song. Only in Dreams. I mean, just hooray for Weezer.
I do like it.
Not on this album, but I played it for you because I heard it the other day, and I was like, God damn, that's good. I heard Living in Beverly Hills by Weezer. God damn, that's a great song.
Yeah, a lot of nerds were introduced to Weezer if they never heard of them because they included the music video on the Windows 95 CD.
Oh, that's great.
Of Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
And it was the music video with them in Happy Days.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was right on the Windows 95 disc because they want to show off the media that it could do. And I'm like, Windows 95 was Weezer.
I just love why you homies dissing my girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's just great.
Yeah.
It's just everything about it is somehow just slightly askew.
And Al was actually live. It wasn't old footage. He was there on set.
Okay, nice.
Al's Diner.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, don't try the fish." That's right at the end.
That's great.
So yeah, I've been a fan of Weezer ever since Windows 95.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't even know when Mickle's probably listened to Weezer for me, and I heard it, and that was that.
And
great album, though.
They have one of the best cover versions of Africa. Toto Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Starring at Weird Al Yankovic, if you watch the video.
That was really well done. Props to them. Yeah. They got me.
Yeah, a lot of people. I've heard people at work say, "Yeah, this song I didn't realize was an old song of them Weezer singing Africa." They're like, "I thought it was a new song."
That's great.
I'm like, no.
Yep, people are nuts.
Sappy '80s song, and sometimes it rains.
Yeah,
in Africa.
And I was gonna say they had no idea it rained.
Yeah, but no, I agree with Weezer. So yeah, you've made fun of a couple things so far. But cheese is the come.
Okay, cool. I've only got 4 more that I wrote down. Now, keep in mind, my list is never done, and it's always wrong.
Oh, I got... I got like 12 left. Well, no,
Wow,
11
Jesus,
left.
you got a big list. Okay, so
Maybe I
what do you
should
got?
run through a few. Okay, so
Yeah.
this one was also tough because this band rocks, and you'll agree with me, they rock. And this was a tough one. I bet you can guess what album I picked, although they have a ton of good albums. And these guys don't really make a bad album, in my opinion, except when they had a different lead singer for a little bit.
Oh.
The band is called Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay.
And I picked the album that I could listen to cover, and I just enjoy listening to it because it's a fun listen.
I would go Infinite Dreams, but I don't know, or not Infinite Dreams. I would go Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, but you might go, okay. I was going to say, you could have said Stranger in a Strange Land, and I would have agreed with you.
There's all good things. I mean, there's so many good albums that they put, but when I want to listen, like Peace of Mind, great album.
Absolutely. You could have said Peace of Mind, and you would have been right, too.
They're all good albums, but then but it sets the mood I like. Yeah. I like the mood that it sets. This theme they set, Moonchild.
I was going to say, do you know what my favorite song off that album is? Considering I just called it Infinite Dreams. Yeah, it's Infinite Dreams.
Infinite Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the second track. Infinite Dreams.
I like Living on a Razor's Edge too. Great song.
Can I Play With Madness?
Yep.
I mean, it has lyrics in here. The moment you're born, you're dying.
Yep.
I mean, there's some. You could tell it's me. The Prophecy, the Clairvoyant, great bass line.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know when you're hearing the Clairvoyant.
Yep.
Only the Good Die Young.
Fucking Russ. Ruining Maiden on me.
Yeah.
The gallop.
It is kind of true. They're very easy to play. Yeah. Yeah. But,
oh, he's 100% right. I'd never noticed it until he pointed it out, and now that's all I hear is cowbell.
Now, there is another album they put out because they broke up. Then they got back together, and they have another album. I forget what it's called, but they have a song called Blood Brothers, and it is reminiscent of this album a little bit, the way it sounds. It's a good listen. I like that album, too, but this is the album.
You liking Maiden makes sense. In fact, I'm surprised. Maiden should be your favorite band, in my opinion. And the reason being is you like rock, but you like theatric music.
Yeah, they're theatrical.
They're both, yeah.
They have dueling guitars when they play.
Yep.
Oh.
They should be your favorite band. I don't know why they're not.
And their drummer is the funniest looking man on earth.
Yep, that's great.
You ever seen him? He's like,
yeah, he looks, yeah.
I think his name is like Lars or something like that. Like, not
Olaf.
Lars Ulrich, but Olaf or something.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his name, but I know who you speak.
Big, ugly dude, and I love him. He looks funny. He looks like he's fun to hang out with. I like. And Iron Man did do a pay-per-view Halloween special that I have on DVD somewhere.
Nice.
Where they play one of their like their greatest hits, but then they do evil magic tricks in the middle of it.
Okay.
Where they like cut people in half and the fake blood is going everywhere and stuff. And I have that. That was like a pay-per-view event. I didn't see the pay-per-view, but I got the DVD and I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's weird.
But I bet the shows were fun as shit, though.
Yeah.
I bet they were. I bet it was a good time.
And I disagree with Saturday Night Live. He is the Bruce Dickinson.
I fully agree with that. Yeah, I fully agree with that.
Yeah, but I heard the guy in the cowbell, the one they were saying is the Bruce Dickinson. Yeah. He actually used to say that in real life.
He was Bruce Dickinson?
Yeah, because he was a hit maker and stuff like that. He did a lot of producing, and he would tell me, "I'm the Bruce Dickinson."
Why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
Yeah, he's the one who sucks. Yeah. Michael Bolton. Yeah, I agree. So yes, I like myself Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
That's awesome.
It really does it for me. This one may or may not do it for you. I don't know. Unfortunately, this band.
I just saw one, by the way.
You just saw one?
I saw it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I'm singing it too.
You're singing it too. This album, they're a great band, but they can't. Apart from this album, I think there's their first album.
Okay.
They can't make albums after this. They just can't. They can do one or two songs.
It happens.
This is it. So I'm right as far as this band goes. Live, throwing copper. They did nothing else that's worth a damn. This album, unfortunately, is all they're known for. And they had one song I was overplaying the radio called "Lightning Crashes."
Yeah.
But it's got everything from "The Dam at Otter Creek," "Selling the Drama," "I Alone." It's got "All Over You," "Shit Town."
Mickles had this album, played a lot of it. We saw them live. We saw live.
Live.
And they sucked.
Some bands can't do live.
Yeah,
so
they can't. Live ironically sucked.
Yeah, but Shit Town was awesome.
Shit Town. Yeah, I don't remember. I know I've heard the entire album.
The mailman delivers to every house in turn. I just like the lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them. I don't love them. I love this album.
Yep.
The rest, there are other songs. They have one or two songs after this.
I was never crazy about them, but I could see that's not the worst. I'm not making money for that.
This is 1994.
Not my cup of tea, but it makes sense.
A lot of the albums I really enjoy are like mid-90s albums.
Well, yeah, because it makes perfect sense. Yeah, because you are of a certain age, my friend.
Yeah, and yes, that's when I really start getting into like alternative rock, that's what this is. And yeah, I liked it. Selling the drama. I alone love
The live
you.
is like alternative
I
rock,
alone
like
hate
alternative
you, but-
fact.
yeah, alternative fact. No, I actually got like Lightning Crashes was a good song, even though it was overplayed.
I just wasn't a fan of them.
Yeah.
Like so I hear you.
Yeah.
I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't even go so far as to say they're talented.
I'm
though.
gonna do the next one since you already saw.
I did. And it was a great band.
There's a band.
I loved that band. One of my
I think
favorites.
they were still alive then.
They were one of my favorites while they were alive.
Yeah, while they're alive. So Master of Puppets by Metallica. I like a lot of their albums before that.
Tough, dude,
yeah,
actually.
Kill
That
'Em
is.
All, and I like those albums.
Kill 'Em All was fantastic.
But the problem is that I like the tracks in the order that this is played, and I like where in the middle of it breaks into Orion. It's got Sanitarium in here.
They followed a formula.
It was just
Ride the Lightning was the same formula.
No.
Fade to Black was the ballad that was on it. That was at the same. I think it was the last song on the first side. They had a formula they followed. There was like a method.
Well, the song Orion was the Cliff Burton's final opus, because if you listen to the song, it's like all bass guitar.
Yeah.
And, it just has that, just like builds and builds and builds. And
I think he'd be pissed at them too.
Yeah, he would be pissed at him. But this was
Not that I know what I'm talking about.
in my opinion, this was the last good Metallica album, and I think it was good. Master of Puppets, great song.
Wait, you think that was the last? Because Justice came after that.
Oh, and Just came. Oh, I thought it came before that.
No,
Okay.
no. I think it. I don't remember
thought
the
it was Kill
order,
'Em
but
All.
it's Kill 'Em All for sure. I think Ride the Lightning, Master, and then Puppets, and then Justice
Okay,
for All.
then
And
they only
Justice
had
for
one.
All
Okay,
was
so they
definitely.
had 4 albums and they're still alive.
And Justice for All was
Yeah.
the beginning of the end, because then
Yeah.
they made the one video, and then they all drove right off the butt.
Yep.
They
Every
just blew
song
up.
sounded like one.
It
after
was
that.
just they didn't make it.
Yeah, this one it had some great songs. Battery.
Honestly, guys,
Disposable Heroes.
as much as I hate Metallica, those first 4 albums were
Yeah.
every one of them was phenomenal. I think, for the record, by the way, I think I'd choose Injustice for All.
Yeah, I think it's because I like Orion so much.
Okay.
I like the instrumental.
Don't get me wrong, dude. You're talking about puppets. It's
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I think
It's you're not wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but you're definitely not wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's on this page, so I'll do this
Yeah, go
one
for
because
it.
I got so many more than you. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And no, I didn't pick The Wall. And no,
Yeah.
I didn't pick Dark Side of the Moon because I've heard those too much.
They're both, for nothing. It's funny. I tell you, I'm not a Pink Floyd fan
Yeah.
because, not that I have anything against them, but I fully endorse the fact that The Wall and Dark Side are both albums that anybody can put in and listen to soup to nuts, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
The Wall is too fucking dark. It's too depressing.
Too
That
dark.
hole is too deep.
And Vera, what has become of you?
Yeah, sir. That's the problem, man. You can get in the hole real easy. Getting
It
out
is.
of it isn't so.
I love
It's
the
like a
albums,
gravity well.
but this one I like the sound of better.
Okay.
Of Wish You Were Here, and you cannot knock the song Wish You Were Here.
I'm not gonna.
That's an awesome song.
It's phenomenal.
It is
it's
awesome.
so good.
Yeah. Walk on Par in the War.
For
you can have a
lead
lead
role
clone
in
in a
it.
cage. I'm
Yeah.
like this out. And the thing is Shot on Your Crazy Diamond parts 1 through 4, and then they finish with parts 6 through 9. That's me. I mean, it's a big long opus of a song.
I don't know if I know the album, to be honest with you. I know Wish You Were Here, obviously.
Yeah, Shot on Your Crazy Diamond was about the first lead singer, Sid Barrett.
Okay.
So he lost his mind. But Shot on You Crazy Diamond. And he showed up. He was the inspiration for some of The Wall, because he showed up while they're recording Dark Side of the Moon, bald, eyebrows shaved.
It happens.
And yeah, he just lost his mind. He had schizophrenia. So that's why there's like a bald guy with eyebrows shaved in the Wall movie.
Yeah.
It was based on Sid Barrett a little bit. So it was a little depressing because of that.
Sure.
It was also based on Roger Waters' childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Not easy being crazy.
yeah, it's not easy being crazy. But this is but yeah, if you heard Shot on the Crazy Diamond, you'd recognize the song.
Okay.
Even if you didn't hear every piece of it, you would hear it. It's because David Gilmour, really has the very meticulous, slow way of playing. Where you just like bends those notes really a long time, and it just it's one of those songs. And Walk with the Machine's great, and You Can't Knock Have a Cigar.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Okay, I do know those.
Great song. And then I Wish You Were Here for some reason twice, and there's only like 4 songs in this whole album.
Okay.
Great album. Great album. And I'd rather listen to this than Dark Side anymore. I'm done with Dark Side. I'm done with
They're good,
The
but
Wall.
Yeah, that's
This
what
is
I
the
mean
classic.
by and again, I don't listen to Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I don't love Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Those albums are just amazing. I mean, like The Wall is just unbelievably good.
It's too much. It takes too much energy to listen to those albums.
It's brutal,
Yeah.
but I mean, don't get me wrong. When I first discovered it, it was. I mean, they're beyond judgment at that point. Like you've hit this stage that nobody can say you suck because you're just wow, that's amazing. That's so special.
Yeah. I do like myself a Pink Floyd though.
What a fucking bummer though. But yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Great album though. And when I first moved out of Ohio, I bought the CD and sent it to my mom.
Okay.
and she didn't get it.
She didn't get the CD, or did you not
She
understand
got it. She's like, "What's it mean? Wish you were here?" I'm like, "I was just saying, I wish you were here. It'd be nice."
That's fantastic.
She doesn't.
What does it mean, wish you were here?
Yeah.
Well, let's break it down.
Yeah, I wish you were here. What? I don't think she ever listened to it.
All right.
It's a great album though, especially that song "Wish You Were Here."
All right.
I could play the intro on guitar.
Okay. Nice. But I think the two Jewish guys, they did a great rendition too.
Oh
but,
yeah.
What are you, Meshuggah?
I'm a sugar.
Try to walk on part in the water for lead role in a cage.
Yeah. That's just wrong.
Um,
All right, your turn.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
But, and I know,
Meshuggah.
for the record, those two guys actually sounded they were very talented. They did a great job. It's just my brain went there, and it just goes there. And, my brain's just trying to amuse me this whole ride. I put one. I didn't bother looking them up, and there's just too many songs. And I think you'd agree with this. I put and it's 2 CD set. I put Melancholy on there.
Oh, and the Infinite Sadness.
Why not? It's phenomenal. I mean, honestly, you
Yeah.
could pick the early Pumpkins, and I'd probably agree with you. But Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness was just unbelievable.
I must have missed them when I was looking at my discography.
You're pissed that you didn't write them down, aren't
kind
you?
of like, yeah.
But I mean,
They do have some songs that speak to me.
Exactly, and it's. Do I love every song? Probably not. But
1969,
tonight,
Tonight.
Zero, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Yeah, it's been overplayed, but we
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Bodies is one of my favorite songs ever. 1979, as you said. It's
I
just
said 69, but yeah, I meant 79.
so good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, just Smash Pumpkins are good, man.
Yeah.
They really are, and that was really
he has
really
not
good.
lost any of his edge. He can still sing.
Oh,
I
good.
saw him like in Howard Stern, and he just played. He's like, I never do this for anybody, and he started breaking out. Tonight, and I'm like, you can still
nice.
do it, man. You can still do it, dude.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, dude wrote it. Okay. This is funny because just to prove how little I don't even know the names of the songs on this album because I listened to this. Quite frankly, I'll put it this way: literally, you can take any of this artist's albums and listen to them soup to nuts.
Yep.
How's that for a claim? There's very few people you can say that about. And
Just Rush.
And I'm telling you, it's any of their albums. I don't even know the names of their songs because it just doesn't matter, generally speaking. But if I had to pick an album, I'm going with the first one I bought, which is The Memory of Trees, and I'm talking about Enya.
Oh.
Because you don't know what the hell she's talking about anyway.
Yeah,
It's just,
so you don't need to know the name of the song.
it doesn't matter. But I actually know I do. Like Anywhere Is off that album. On my way home is just phenomenal, and there's a bunch of shit in between that I freaking love. Pax Deorum, I don't know, I don't speak Latin or whatever the hell that is, but I think South Park nailed Enya when they described her. They said it's cheesy and lame, and yet eerily soothing.
Yeah.
Enya's fantastic. She's just. If you got to buck up your ass, put on Enya because you're gonna mellow out pretty quickly. It's very calming. It's very beautiful. Also, very nice fall music actually because it's got that melancholy edge to it.
Sounds like leaves just falling when she sings.
That's right. It's just got that melancholy edge to it. It's got that little bit of softness to it. Kind of like.
Yeah, I feel like they play her songs a lot of in memoriams.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that kind of music, but it's truly amazing. I mean, she. I'll put it this way. I mean, she's an amazing talent. There's nothing quite like her. I'll say it that way. So, like I said, though, pretty much any album, you're fine. You can literally put it on soup to nuts. She's not going to surprise you. She's not going to come out with anything too radical. But it will be kind of cheesy, a little lame, and yet eerily soothing. It'll relax you. It'll calm you down. So, yeah, if you're high-strung, listen to Enya. I'm telling you, you can't really be all that pissed when Enya's playing. So... Enya.
Oh, my turn.
Yep.
All right. I'm afraid it's starting
I've
to get closer.
I've only got 2 left, so we gotta.
I only got a couple left, really. Myself, like 4.
And one of them I wrote down while we were on the show. We were doing the show.
This one is called "A Kind of Magic" by Queen.
Okay.
And the album is awesome. And the reason why it's awesome is because it's pretty much the soundtrack to the movie Highlander.
Oh, okay, that's why.
So it's One Vision, Kind of Magic, 1 Year of Love, Pain is so close to pleasure.
Who Wants to Live Forever? Boom, I'm a nerd.
Yep, that's track number 6. Who Wants to Live Forever? Give Me the Prize. Don't Lose Your Head. Princes of the Universe, great song.
Yeah.
A kind of magic. It's a kind of
That's
magic.
borderline cheating, by the way,
Yeah.
but I used Rocky Horror, so I'm with you.
They don't have these songs. Well, they made the album, for the movie.
Yeah.
But
It's like using the Dune soundtrack.
But it's not like, it's not the greatest hits. It just.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's I'm with you.
But
they're specifically written for the movie.
But I do believe this, that sometimes music can make a movie better.
Yeah.
And Highlander was a piece of garbage, but the music was like, this is pretty awesome.
Oh, it made it better. Yeah.
Yeah, it made it way better. Yeah, Sean Connery pretending he's a Spaniard could only go so far for you.
Sure, exactly. But,
with a Scottish accent.
But Connor McLeod, who you just told me is French.
He's French, playing a Scotchman. Scots.
There's just all sorts of confusion.
All sorts. So, but great album. I love listening to it, and yeah, it's got that 1 year of love is better than a lifetime alone. It just it's got some lyrics in there, kind of like hurts. It has a lot of hurts in this.
I'll be honest, I haven't listened to a ton of Queen, but Queen is kind of one of those bands that it's Freddie fucking Mercury. I mean, the dude was amazingly talented. So how bad can it be?
Yeah, the one of my favorite songs is "The Show Must Go On."
Yep, I know that actually.
Great song, and he wrote it when he knew he was dying.
Yeah.
And when you listen to it, you're like, that hurts to hear this.
Terrible.
It hurts to hear, but what a way to go out, though. That was one of his best songs he ever wrote, though. It was well done.
Whether you want to or not,
Yeah.
You got to come to grips with that, folks. I know you don't have to be happy about it, but you have to. Don't be surprised. I'll say that. So good on him. I mean, it's something to be able to say, to go out in your own terms.
I think he's talented. And they still say to this Aid, that Live Aid in 1984, the Queen set was considered the best set of that whole performance. And I agree. When you watch it,
that dude's amazing.
It was just awesome.
No question. Not for nothing. Willie Nelson. Fucking props to Willie, man. That dude's amazing too.
All right, so this one I'm scared to tell you.
I love it already. You told me Creed, dude. You should have been afraid of Creed.
Oh, I should have been afraid of Creed.
I don't think you know what to be afraid of.
I'm afraid of this one, though. It's Queensryche.
Queensryche is talented, and then there's Creed.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear.
Creed is actually talented. The guitarist of Creed is very talented. If you look at how you play Torn, that was a hard song to play. But anyways, this is Operation Mindcrime, not Empire.
Yeah, I know Queensryche. Yeah, I just know Empire way too well.
Yeah, you know Empire. We know why you know Empire. I personally have always liked Operation Mindcrime, and I have listened to Empire, and I think I listened to one other album, and I always thought the other albums were okay.
Yeah.
But I just liked not because it's a concept album, but I like the story it tells, and it feels I can feel the emotions as they go through. This guy's, drugged up. Is he a murderer?
I know I've heard it. I just don't remember it all that well. But
it's really awesome now.
It was part of my vocal lessons.
Yeah.
Entirely a joke.
Jeff Tate vocal lessons.
Entirely a joke.
I know that. But if you listen the first song, it's not even a song. It's just him in a hospital being treated by a nurse.
Okay.
And then you have to crank the volume because she's like, here's your medicine. How are you? How you're doing? She's all nice. And then all of a sudden you just hear her walk away. And you have to turn up the volume a little bit to hear it. It goes, you monster.
Oh,
and then the song goes, and I was like, oh, come on, this is awesome.
That's great.
This is epic.
Yeah.
Epic album. I love everything about it. Finished with Eyes of the Stranger was a great way to finish, but the whole thing, it starts and ends in an insane asylum.
Yep.
And then it's all like, is this guy a murderer? Was it on his head? Did he kill this prostitute that turned into a nun? And it's a cool, I don't know. I like the story. It's
so you're sad and crazy.
I'm sad and crazy, yes. But Operation Mindcrime was a fun album, and Jeff Tate can teach you a thing or two about singing.
Actually, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, when I said though, Queensryche's a talented band. Again, they're one of those bands I don't really listen to. I would never know the Empire album if it didn't get stuck.
Yeah.
I would have heard it once or twice and then never listened to it again.
And remember, I don't like Silent Lucidity, if that helps.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah.
But I do like Operation Mindcrime, and they actually have Operation Mindcrime Part 2 that came out in the early 2000s. Unfortunately, it's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, okay.
So they did try to make a sequel to this because they knew it was a hit, and they couldn't do it.
All I can think, my brain just keeps saying Queensryche sounds like tears with the pain.
Tears with the pain.
Because the line is raindrops taste like tears without the pain. But Queensryche sounds like tears with the pain.
Yeah.
And again, anybody, I don't care who it was, anybody gets stuck in the cassette deck for months.
Your Empire, yeah.
And all you hear is that.
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Just for the record, though.
I did like the album, though.
When you're given the choice of, do we listen to Nothing or Queensryche Empire for the 9,000th time? You're like,
yeah, I guess we're...
Empire it is, yeah.
I like most of Empire. But come on. Some of these titles are just awesome. The Needle Lies. I don't know. It's just I don't believe in love.
I met a dude who he worked at well, I can't say where I worked. I guess I worked with him a long time ago, and huge, like crazy, like he was like the He was to Queensryche what I am to the Dead.
Yeah.
And he was constantly in their apparel, knew all about them, like still followed them.
Did you get his record to teach him how to sing?
He might have. I don't know. I never heard
Sing
the guy
like
sing.
Jeff Tate.
But it was just funny to me because it was like, actually, I met a girl who was like that with Barry Manilow, and I'm like, just it just lid for every pot, as the saying goes.
Yeah.
So that's groovy though.
So okay. I thought you were gonna make fun of my Queensryche love.
Yeah, I just don't think
'Cause
you know what I'm gonna make fun of and what I'm not. Yeah.
Something's coming. I know
Creed
something's coming.
is way worse, by the way. Way worse.
Is it Nickelback?
It's not Nickelback. For the record, Creed is better than Nickelback.
All right, do one more. Rush.
I don't. It's Mickles, by the way.
Mickles?
Oh, by the way, if you
What?
show that list of Mickles, she's gonna be like, "You suck.
You
This
suck.
is all terrible."
This is all great music. These are my loves. So there's a couple of Rush albums I can listen to cover to
2112,
cover.
yeah.
Counterparts is another one that came out like in the 90s. That I
Counting
like a lot.
Parts?
Counterparts.
Okay, now moving parts.
Yeah, no, not moving pictures.
Moving pictures. That's what it was. Okay.
That has Tom Sawyer and is overplayed. That's too easy to pick that album. If I was going to throw in an album that I want to listen to over and over again, it'd be Counterparts or 2112. And I do like 2112. There's a song on here called The Twilight Zone
Okay.
that you have to listen to with headphones on because I don't know what was wrong with Rush at the time, but they're like, let's play around with sound effects.
Okay.
So one ear is the music, the other ear is something's whispering in your ear the whole song.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
nice.
kind of interesting. So I
What
like
are they
that.
whispering?
Kill.
Are they?
No.
That's awesome.
No, they're just it's like part of the lyrics. It's nothing crazy. But yeah, Patches of Bangkok, The Twilight Zone, and then 2112. The song itself is like long. And
Okay,
when
yeah.
you go to their concerts, they only play like the first stanza, the first
Oh, okay.
phase. But it's a 20-minute song. So if it was a record, it'd be like 2112 on side A, and the rest of the songs would be side B. So it's a long song. And it's pretty much about, the futuristic society where music is banned and some guy goes in a cave and finds a guitar.
See, that's what's neat about a Live Dead show, too. They'll start on, like, Terrapin,
Yeah.
and then they'll kind of fade away from it and do 3 other songs.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they pop right back into
right back in.
Terrapin, So I know what you mean, though, about the
Yeah.
gigantic songs.
That's why Rush in the early years were they were compared to Led Zeppelin in the beginning because of in fact, when the first album came out, they thought in Cleveland, Ohio, this is why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there because they coined the term rock and roll in Cleveland.
Yeah.
The first thing they said is they start playing a Rush album because they're from Canada. So somehow this DJ got hold of the first Rush album and start playing it. And people say, play more of that Led Zeppelin. It's awesome.
That's great.
If you even listen to the first Rush album, they sound just like Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
They were too close. I think that's why they try to go a little different, go a little more sci-fi.
Yeah.
Try to make them sound a little different. But yeah, because Geddy Lee in the beginning can hit the high notes.
Who would want to sound like Zeppelin?
I know.
I mean, they're only Zeppelin.
I know, but you don't want to be called a copycat.
For the record,
Zeppelin copycat.
well,
either.
yeah, for the record too. Rush is talented and all. They're not even
Yeah.
like Zeppelin's in the pantheon.
Yeah.
They're still mere
awesome.
mortals. They're
Yeah.
talented mortals. Like wow, like you are high achieving mortals.
Yeah.
But yeah,
These are the best Canadian band ever.
I don't know if I agree. The Guess Who?
This is better than the Guess Who. Nobody had more.
Neil Young is Canadian.
What? A band.
Okay.
No one had. There was only one other band that had more gold and platinum albums in a row than Rush. There's only one band
From Canada? Or
in the
general?
world in general.
Okay.
In the world.
Who is the more golden number ones? The Beatles?
No.
Who?
The Rolling Stones.
Oh, that's because they're the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. So these guys had gold and platinum records all their career.
Well, how could I say the Beatles and not the Stones? Go
I
figure.
know the Stones was. Yeah. So, no. Just wait. What I read next, I'm going to cringe so hard. There's no way. If I have a
that's
band
awesome.
underneath here, that's definitely like Creed might be. I don't know. You might as a joke at a meme say Creed's better than this, or worse than this.
Well,
I don't know.
Let's
We'll
leave
see.
people hanging for a minute.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
hit
see.
my
Hit
these are my
yours.
last two. So
Okay.
because we were
I
talking
have
about Genesis,
3 left.
you made me think of Peter Gabriel. So I'm throwing the Us album on there. For me
Good album.
personally, Soup to Nuts is phenomenal.
I almost picked Peter Gabriel Us as well, but I had a Peter Gabriel Genesis album.
Okay. Well, what's funny is actually on vacation in Maine. I was driving around and we were listening to music, and a Peter Gabriel song came on because I was playing one of my crappy music stations, and I said, you know what, I just feel like listening to the album, so I put on Us, and I listened to that, and it was pretty
Sometimes
groovy.
you want to hear the album. Yeah,
Although most of the time we had music down, but playing because I like music playing. So I'm not kidding, man. We listened to the Grateful Dead station for like a week.
yeah,
It was awesome.
No
It
one
was all
noticed.
dead all the time.
no one noticed. I played Grateful Dead without Charlie Snow's in my car too.
That was just great.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just singing along to
You
everything.
don't know who this is, do you?
You know,
Yeah.
they get out of the car, they go to the bathroom, I'm dancing in the car. They're like, what? They're like, guys, listen to the Dead.
What's on that album? Us.
Us, Come Talk to Me, Love to Be Loved. Love that song. Washing of the Water, one of my favorites. Steam.
Oh.
Boy, it would
That's
really
a fun album, dude.
really be
A
cool
fun
if I could
video.
actually find the album so
Yeah.
I could tell you the songs that are on it.
Because I'm curious. I don't know that album cover.
Garden of Eden, Blood of Eden, that's what it is, Blood of Eden. So it's Come Talk to Me, Love to Be Loved, Love to Be Loved. It's fucking awesome. The way he breaks it down in that song is ridiculous. Blood of Eden, Steam, Only Us, Washing of the Water, Digging in the Dirt, great song. 14 Black Paintings, Kiss That Frog, and then Secret World. I would have to say, and that's 10 songs in total, and I'm really a fan of 1 through 10. They're all ridiculously good songs.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, Peter Gabriel.
I'm a big fan of Peter Gabriel.
He's a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
Really
that Book
good.
of Love is a long and boring song that he did.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a good song.
It is. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what's on this. Everyone knows it, but I did, and it's cheating. I did Simon and Garfunkel's Central Park concert.
That's a little cheating, but yeah, I said live.
You did.
Counts.
It's entirely
counts.
cheating, but
Yeah.
it's Mrs. Robinson is probably my least favorite. My least favorite songs. It's okay, whatever. But
if you see it in context with the movie, it's awesome
I'm sure.
because the movie is awesome.
But
worth watching.
when I compare it to a Homeward Bound or an America,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're not even talking the same language here.
Yeah.
Scarborough Fairs.
Yeah.
This actually has me and Julio down by the schoolyard, still crazy after all these years. Although this doesn't seem like the one I had. Bridge Over Troubled Waters, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lovers, fucking amazing. The Boxer, 59th Street Bridge song.
Yeah, I know those.
And Sound of Silence. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good. Old Friends, Bookends. That's a great song too. They're just unbelievable. I mean, those two are just amazing talents. Paul Simon's
And his backup singer.
ridiculously next level, and Garfunkel. We love you, Garfunkel. I mean, just
Yeah.
amazing talent. Yeah, I think he does get a little big for his britches, but the dude is amazing. And yeah, it's wrong to call him the backup singer, but not for nothing, man. Paul Simon's, Jesus Christ, he's something else.
Yeah, but I think it's worth one of these days if you haven't seen The Graduate, because in context, when you hear the song Mrs. Robinson and what they used it for in the scene, it was like the scene in the movie, and it's one of those scenes. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie with Ethan Hawke, where he was just.
I don't like Ethan Hawke, but
I like Ethan Hawke ever
I
since.
don't. He irritates me for some reason.
Ever since Dead Poet Society, I thought he was awesome.
Okay.
But he did that movie where he was in just a romance movie, and they were just in a record booth and they're just looking at each other, and you could just never said a word. I like those scenes in movies where they don't say a word, but you know exactly what they're thinking.
Okay.
And that's the same thing in Mrs. Robinson, and they're in the back of a bus in the scene, and that song's playing, and I don't know. It was powerful.
Yeah.
It was powerful. And having Simon and Garfunkel, singing those songs for the movie. I think it was originally for a different movie, but then they used it for this. And I was like, but it was powerful, man. It really uplifted the movie. And the movie was really interesting. It's not one of those movies I watch 100 times, but
Sure.
But it was like the first time I watched it, I'm like,
I
I
think
got
it's one of
teary-eyed.
those you kind of have to watch, but I just haven't gotten to it.
It's a classic, you know.
That's what I mean, classic.
It's a classic, and a lot of people don't have in the mood for classic movies because they don't move at the same pace as modern movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're slower pace and more deliberate. So it's not for everybody. But I don't mind watching those if I'm in the mood. And The Graduate, I'm glad I saw it. It wasn't that long ago. It was only like a couple years ago I saw it for the first time. And I'm like, wow, that was like pretty. And it was like weird nudity scene in it for they flash for like that.
Yeah,
you have to
but
pause
at
the
the
scene to
time,
see it.
it
At the
was-
time, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And Anne Bancroft, I think, was the Mrs. Robinson in there. And it was just like, well done. Dustin Hoffman, I've seen him in like 2-3 movies maybe.
That guy's fucking amazing. That guy can act.
Yeah, and Rain Man, I think I saw him Meeting the Fockers, I think. Well, I forget. And this, The Graduate, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch more Dustin Hoffman movies because he's pretty damn good.
Dude's amazing.
Yeah, no, he was just a kid in this movie too.
Like I know I'm always pointing out, like,
Yeah.
hey, they can't act. Like
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum, love you to death. You
Oh,
can't fucking
he
act.
Goldblum the hell out
Play
of
the shit out of Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
You know, Dustin
I love-
Hoffman can act.
Yeah. So-
Gandhi can act, and it
Yeah.
bums me out because I even know your names are Ben Kingsley,
Ben
and I'm still
Kingsley.
calling you Gandhi.
Gandhi. Yeah.
You know, that dude can act.
Yeah.
But like Tommy Lee Jones, I love you to death. You play the shit out of
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Um,
My favorite movie, Gandhi, it might be a movie you've never seen, but it's called Searching for Bobby Fischer.
yeah, I know it's what you speak, the chess one. Yeah.
It's just I actually watch that movie every now and again because
Of
I
course you
love the
do.
movie.
Did you find Bobby yet?
The whole point of the movie. Well, Bobby was alive when the movie was made, but he's
Yeah.
not anymore.
I've been watching a movie called Searching for Waldo.
Waldo?
So, where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
He's got a red and white hat. He should
Yeah,
be easy
somewhere.
to find.
Somewhere he's with Carmen Sandiego.
That's right. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right,
I almost
so
don't
now,
wanna say
yeah,
this one.
exactly. You're nervous. We've teased people though, so
Yeah.
you got people like myself
Uh,
champing at the bit here.
What is this? 1997. Okay. So this band they're Australian.
Spice Girls, come on, be Spice Girls.
They're not
British.
Australian,
Yeah,
are they?
no.
I think
I
they're
don't think
British.
so.
So this is and they like let's make a electronic album,
So it's not
pop album that is complete cheese, and they didn't really do anything else after. They just kind of I think they did one other album and then it immediately broke up.
Aqua.
No,
I
it's
have
a
no idea.
band. Let me tell you the names of some of the songs, see if you know them. This is so cheese,
I'm hoping
and I'm
I
so
don't, I
embarrassed.
guess. I love this.
I Want You,
Of course you do.
Truly, Madly, Deeply,
Truly, madly, deeply. Hold on. Truly, madly, deeply. That's okay. Keep going.
Tears of Pearls. You probably didn't hear Universe. Carry On Dancing, Break Me, Shake Me,
Nice.
1,000 Words, Santa Monica,
No, but I think I'm gonna know the band. Who do you got?
Savage Garden. They're called, and the
Oh,
album is called
okay.
Savage Garden.
I know of who you speak, but I don't. No, they're bad. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
shit.
if you listen to it, it is
Um,
complete and utter cheese.
Good for you though.
Complete. I love the album cover to cover.
I'd make fun of
Cover
you more
to
if
cover.
I had
Oh, thank
any
God you haven't
ability
heard.
to, but honestly, that might be the
Look
kind
at-
of
look at that
crap
cover,
I
it looks
like.
like.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That's super cheese, and you suck for listening to
Yeah,
them.
it's-
But
yeah.
dude, you know I listen to that too.
Yeah,
and,
this is like
no,
all
I don't
cheese.
listen to Savage Garden
Yeah.
particularly. You know, I have
Yeah.
my own brand of cheese that I
Yeah,
prefer.
this is like if you took the '80s cheese
Yeah.
and added a little more electronic to it.
Well, the beauty is, and this
Yeah.
is true, I
Yeah.
firmly hold to this. Regardless of what your opinion is, if
Yeah.
you're interacting with somebody else who's passionate in any way
Yeah.
about music, I'm willing to wager there's something they listen to and they love that
Yeah.
you think sucks, and vice versa.
Yeah,
And know what's great is you're both right,
Yeah.
especially if you think Savage Garden sucks.
I'm not sure. It's telling you got to play a couple of these tracks.
I've heard
you'll,
Savage
you'll
Garden,
know.
and yeah, and I
You'll
have to. Yeah, okay, it's crap, and I actually think it's.
complete crap.
I think it's actually too cheesy for me, which
Yeah.
is funny because you know I've got a fine line there.
Yeah, it was really bad, and
Okay.
this is the kind of album that I play in my car,
Yeah.
and if everybody pulls up next to it, I turn it down.
That's great.
I don't want people to know I'm listening to this. Yeah, I turn this one down.
Okay. See,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between cool and uncool. The cool
Yeah.
people, they crank their Savage Garden. And people
Yeah.
are like, would you turn that shit off? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, Savage Garden.
All right, so you already covered this band,
Okay.
and you picked a different album.
Okay, so it can't be all bad.
So the reason why I liked it because I got this on Columbia House.
Oh, you picked a U2 album, so you
I
picked
did.
Joshua Tree. Okay, boom.
Done.
Yep.
And
Let's just scan my list real quick.
yes, and yes, I love Octoon Baby, and they were close. I'm at like millimeter second
Yeah, yeah.
to Joshua Tree, but Joshua Tree sends me to the place in my head, a
Likewise.
time in my life.
Yep.
Where that's why when I listen to Joshua Tree, I mean, come on,
Well,
just
play-
as many good songs.
Playing the odds, too, you had to know there was a fairly good one on
Yeah.
Pick Acton Baby, didn't
Yeah.
you? Because I've even
Yeah.
said before that
Yeah.
would make my top 10.
That's great, and this one had good songs.
Yeah, Name It Love.
Yeah, Where the Streets Have No Name, With or Without You,
With or Without You, of
Bullet the
course.
Blue Sky, Running to Stand Still,
Yeah.
even Red Mining Town, and God's Country's
In
great.
God's Country, I love.
One Tree Hill is great. I love the album cover to cover. I love your album cover to cover just as well.
I can't believe kids don't know about you too. I mean, seriously.
Even though they have, I think they have more Grammys than any other band ever.
Mm-hmm.
Not singer. I think there's some singers that have more Grammys, but as far as band goes, they have more Grammys, and it's like, who are they? You know, it's a shame.
Shout out to Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan
Yeah.
is so far above everybody else that's playing the game.
He needs to unplug again, though.
Just kidding. Just unbelievable, though. Seriously, what a talent! What a talent!
The next one, I don't think you make fun of me for, and it's the last one.
I'm going to.
You might. I don't think you like the band in any way, but you know why I like them. This is an album called Close to the Edge by a band called Yes.
Okay, yeah, people like Yes. I mean, and believe me, if I was close to the edge listening to Yes, there's no question
Yeah.
I'm jumping.
This is a hippie band,
Mm-hmm.
Beyond, and they play just trippy music.
Yep.
And Close to the Edge, I like the lead singer. I like the
Okay.
way he sings. It's very soft and gentle, complete opposite of most everybody else. But the song "Close to the Edge," which
See
is
the blonde from the damn Yankees?
no,
Okay.
no. The first song, "Close to the Edge," is 20 minutes long.
Okay.
The second song, "And You and I," 10 minutes long.
Wow. They really weren't in any hurry. I love it.
No, Siberian Kotru, and the rest are bonus tracks. So this album was three songs.
I love it.
Yeah, 3 songs, and Close to the Edge was an entire.
Wonder if that's that's a shame. Cat's doing pull-ups on the
Yeah,
chair.
it is. That's awesome. I love you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Close to the Edge. There's another Yes album that I like that came out in the late '90s that Charlize likes too, called The Ladder.
Okay.
But I wouldn't call that their classics. They actually put out The Ladder for a video game, the space video game. I forget what it was called, but it was like a space simulator. I forget what it was, but that was the
Okay.
theme song for the video game. Was a song from that album. It was kind of weird.
Space Quest 4.
No, it wasn't a comedy
kidding, I'm
one. It
kidding.
was one of those space simulator battle ones. I forget what it was called. I'd have to look it up. I've actually never played the video game, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, but I like Yes. Always have. I like.
Kitty's coming
Steve
close
Howe.
to the green screen. If
Yeah.
I'm looking in weird directions, it's yeah.
I did see him live
Did
in
I
Boston.
say green screen? I meant the love raining
love.
down.
The Golden Shower.
That's right.
So yeah, that's it. Oh, and I did add at the 0 hour.
Ooh, what do we got for 0 hour? Yeah.
It was Grateful Dead,
American Beauty. Okay,
at
nice.
the very end, because I'm like, oh yeah, because it wasn't in my library of my, because all this was it. I actually own all these,
Okay.
so I went through all the ones I own, and I'm like, I don't own the Grateful Dead American Beauty, but that would be an album I'd listen to cover to cover.
Well, I noticed we were at a ridiculously long time again, so
We are.
we had a list though, and
had a
I'm
list.
going to say this, folks: if you're out there and you're listening and you have a list of an album you think is awesome, soup to nuts, front to back, let us know. Let us know who it is, what the album is, and what songs you like is specifically about it. What makes it great, and we'll definitely give you a shout out on
Yeah,
air.
we'll talk about it and tell you. And I don't know if Sean's being nice to me tonight for some reason, but
No, we'll tell you why you suck.
yeah,
But I mean, no, my whole point
Yeah.
is like
Yep.
it's. I'll tell you all your music sucks.
Yeah.
What the hell do I know?
Yep.
I mean, other than your music sucks, that I
Yeah.
know. But I mean, aside from that, what do I know?
yeah. 'Cause I printed out my lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's and then meanwhile I'll sit here and read a crappy list of
Yeah, I
music
know.
to you and tell you how great
Yeah,
it is.
I know.
What do I know?
I know.
But I do want to give another shout out to Audrey for all the support. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank
And again, glad to be doing the show with you, Kevin.
Yes.
This is great fun for me. And
Me too.
I know it's been a little crazy lately, but it's good. I like the new format. And I don't know what we're going to do next time, but we're all for suggestions. And
Yeah.
love having you with us while we figure this all out and
Yeah.
grow.
And we're also open if better ideas for backgrounds, because I haven't been able to find anything. The space one wasn't working out,
No, that looks like crap.
and the golden shower actually looks okay, but
I like it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I wouldn't mind some variety as well.
yeah. Maybe we should get some blue lights.
That's awesome. But anyway, that's all I got. You got anything else, buddy?
No, that's it.
All right, then. In that case, this is Sean.
This is Kevin.
That's the one other thing.
Good night. Can we talk about the one other thing yet?
Not today.
Not today.